Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. This is Boog Nice coming at you with the Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast. This is episode 53. Been a little bit over a month since we actually did a podcast. I got my man Crackers, Rick Don with me. Hopefully, we'll have a couple of more people joining in throughout the episode. Maybe Pharaoh drop through, and I think Wisman might be coming through. So, yeah, we got a lot of shit to talk about. It's been quite a while since we've podcasted, so we're going to be kind of moving at a talking about shit at a rapid pace, which is good. But what's up, fellas? Y'all good? Y'all chilling?
Yo, guys, we got to do this quick. A lot of stuff to talk about.
Word. But yeah,
speed.
so
My speed.
over the past month, what did I get? I don't know. I guess me and Fabio both got some AI stuff.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll fully talk about
let's talk about that later. All right. So I'm waiting for my Link and Princess Zelda. Is that Princess Zelda? What game is that from, Rick?
That's not from Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess, right? I haven't played Legend of Zelda or Link game and since regular Nintendo probably, but I still been kind of getting some of the figures here and there, and I didn't want to pass up on these two since it was the first time Figma gave us the princess, basically, right? First time, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I got those on the way because I had to combine my order and the Nightmare Batman from Mayfax. That was the most recent thing that I paid for. I guess I did quite a few reviews since we've been off, and got the Mary Jane and Spider-Man 2-pack, which was cool.
Yeah, you've been doing the Marvel reviews very very fast.
I'm trying to shoot my shot as far as that's concerned. But got the Revoltech Venom. I guess we didn't really get to talk about that. Maybe we did. I don't know. But you know, a lot of people have.
That's what we're going to talk about.
I mean, I like it, but there's definitely some issues, quality control issues, no question about it. And when you're spending that amount of money on a figure, there should be no quality control issues. So that's definitely a problem. But I understand that was something a little bit out of the norm for them, I guess, with the way that figure was built. But they definitely dropped the ball quality control wise. But if they do a Venom 2.0 or something like that and re-release it, then I would say jump on it. If you didn't get it right from the jump, then I don't know if it's really necessary that you have it. But if you have Spider-Man, you need a Venom, right? So yeah, it was that. I got the Tamashi event passed. I think that happened. Yeah, that happened one weekend when we didn't podcast, so we didn't really talk about that when Tamashi came to New York. I don't think we did. Or maybe we did. Actually, I think that was the last episode we had. I don't know, man. I'm all over the place. But yeah, I got the Hall of Armor Mark 6 Iron Man and that Hall of Armor piece, which was pretty cool. I got Han Solo since we've been off the SH Figure Watch Han Solo, which was pretty good. No, I think I got Chewbacca since we've been off, which I thought came out much better than I anticipated, even though I still think he's a little short. Been some debate about that back and forth. Some people say they think he's the right height. And yeah, I guess the really thing that I really want to talk about is articulated icons, but we'll talk about that later. So probably what you got?
All right, I got a whole list here. I'm going to just move at a breakneck pace. Stop me if you hear anything you want to talk about. I'm going to start with Hasbro. It's been a while, so I got a lot of shit. Let's see. For Marvel Legends, I just got the Guardians of the Galaxy Mantis Bath Wave. It's solid. I got the Warlock Bath Wave a couple weeks before that, maybe like 2-3 weeks ago. I got the Sue Storm. I actually got that from Walgreens online, so I had that shipped to me. So that was convenient.
You know what? Somebody sent me a message and said that it had one up on Walgreens the other day too. And I didn't even. I don't know. I snoozed and I didn't get it.
Yeah, luckily I got it, and it arrived pretty quickly actually, so that was cool. You know, it's pretty good. You know, it's kind of weird that it has the invisible parts, but you know, I think it kind of makes her stand out a little bit better. You know, it's a weird way to display her powers, but what are you gonna do? In the Star Wars Black series, I got into the fucking 40th anniversary wave, which was Danger Town for me because I never wanted to collect Star Wars, but I really like that Kenner packaging. So I picked up Darth Vader and Leia and Luke and Ben Kenobi, you know, however ago, and that was how I started the line. And then Megalopolis Toys was having a sale online. I managed to grab a Han Solo there, which is one of the hard ones to find. And then my girlfriend was doing some errands. She stopped at a GameStop for me, and she found R5D4, which is the GameStop exclusive. So that's cool. Let's see. Moving into Mattel, fucking WWE stuff. Rick, this is for you. I got that Balor Club Finn ringside exclusive. I got that Elite Shane O'Mac coming in. I found a basic Austin Aries and a basic Ric Flair, and that Ric Flair came with a little Slammy trophy. But I think as far as looking for suited figures, that Ric Flair is kind of a good one to get because it's got a suit, but it's also got like a t-shirt underneath. So it's kind of a casual suit look, like a business casual. So if you see that Ric Flair in the wild, definitely pick one up just for head swaps. And then I got a DDP, and it came with a Slammy trophy as well. For NECA stuff, I got the Rocky Series 2, which is the one based on Rocky 4. So that was the two Ivan Dragos, the Rocky with the flag and the battle damage face, and the Apollo Creed with like the America outfit or whatever from that James Brown scene at the beginning. It's cool if you're trying to pick up if you're trying to like do a custom of Dylan from Predator. That's definitely the Apollo Creed to get right now. So I picked up an extra just to kind of like work on that later on. I got the Terminator 2 3D Galleria Mall version of the T800. So it's the one that comes with like the box of flowers. There's no flowers in it, but you can probably find some like miniature flowers, roses somewhere. And then I got the Alien Day exclusive Kenner Vasquez, which I think is still for sale. I don't think it actually sold too well, so it's not too hard to find. Just a Kenner repaint of the Vasquez figure to go with the other Kenner repaints of the other Alien figures. Boog, you sent me that Mezco Shazam a little while back, so that was cool. Keeping that 112 collection going. It's going strong. And then for myself, I got the Mezco Mirror Spock. So it's like the evil universe version of Spock from that one episode where they swap universes. And then just like random stuff, I got the accessory set from DC Icons. It comes with I think it's accessory set 1. It's the one that comes with the little like Green Lantern squirrel, and it's got a bunch of arrows for Green Arrow. It's got some Joker fish for Joker. It's got the Jay Garrick Flash helmet and a little like display case. I just got it, just to have accessories for Mezco stuff. I got a ninja suit from CJ. That was cool. That's something we can touch on as well because I have
I got the red suit some time back too.
Yeah, I have one black SHF body coon, so I just got one black ninja suit to go with it, just to kind of check it out and see what what it's about, and to have something to go with, just to see it. And it's pretty cool, man. I think when we talk about AI, I do want to talk about how these ninjas kind of factor into AI, and as far as just them existing. I don't know if you'd call them competition, but maybe we can get into that. I got a prop set from Henry Beltran. He just had some prop pieces, so he saved them, put them aside for me, and I got that from him. And then Punker Mike had some really cool props up for sale. I got like a vending machine and I think he called it a hobo bed, which is just some pieces of cardboard and some miscellaneous other little props done in a very cool Punker Mike style. So thanks for that. And then I got some head sculpts from this dude on eBay that was selling Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin head sculpts.
Oh, I gotta get the Vladimir Putin, huh?
I
literally just took a picture with the Donald Trump head today, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's not Old Boy, it's someone else, but he had both of them either separately or together. So I ended up just getting them together. Now they actually arrived pretty quick, and they fit great on the chameleon body. Problem is you got to get them painted.
Yeah, I think there's two different people doing Donald Trump right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, let me find the one that I bought while Rick talks about his stuff because I'm all done. And then I'll screen share it so you guys can see. But yeah, I mean, the picture didn't look as good as the actual sculpt in person, but it looks really good. Rick, how about you go? What do you get on our short little hiatus here? If anything. Oh, man.
Shit.
Rick? He's out of there. All right, let me look. I got the picture pulled up here. Let me just find the screen share button. These are it.
Yeah. This is that's not the one that I got.
I liked it because it was kind of a neutral face. The Old Boy sculpt was pretty good, but you're kind of relegated to that smile. So a nice just neutral face looked good, and here it
Yeah,
is on the Coulson
they
body.
look pretty good though. That head
Yeah,
looks kind of.
It looks a little big on this body just because Donald Trump's obviously a fat dude and it's a pretty skinny body. Putin looks pretty solid. I think Putin fits better on the Coulson body and Trump fits better on the Chameleon. But he's got them both on Coulson here.
I use my Trump head with the old DC Clark Kent body.
I think this Trump might be good with one of like the WWE bodies just because those have a little bit of like weight to them, a little bit of heft. But yeah, these came out solid, and it was $20 for both of them together, $3 shipping from Brazil, Indiana, which I didn't know was a place. Yeah, definitely worth it. I'll see what kind of fun I can get into with that stuff. So while we're waiting for Rick, since he's muted, we can maybe move into some of these topics we had.
Yeah, which one's first?
I mean, since we're here and we got the samples, why don't we just go ahead and move into AI talk? Because I do want to. I mean, I saw your reviews, which are pretty good, man, and I like that they were nice and lengthy too, because I like watching long reviews.
What did you get? Same? Do you have the same stuff I had?
I got the red samurai Sarai. I got one solitaire, and I got a white ninja. So I think the only thing that differed was the samurai specifically.
Right.
We got.
I had the samurai outlaw.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all got a white ninja and a solitaire, and then a random samurai, and then an arms pack.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, did you get the arms pack too? Which
Yeah.
I thought the arms pack was pretty dope, man. I like the arms a lot more than I thought I would actually.
No, it adds a lot of options. I mean, if you go on Dallas's Instagram, maybe I will right now. You see just the amount of crazy combinations that you can do with these samurais as far as like the swappability, and it's definitely worth it to get multiples of at least the ones you think have key parts that you want to put on customs of your own, because it's one thing to have the actual like figures from the line and then getting doubles of them just to create your own characters within, because there's so much shit to do, man.
Yeah, what'd you think about Solitaire? That ended up being the one that I really liked.
Yeah. Solitaire was good, man. He was the odd one out for me on the original campaign because I really wanted to stick to the Feudal series specifically. And then, through our promotion of the line and reading the backstories, and all of a sudden Itami is Fumetsu is Solitaire becomes the coolest thing, and I'm like regretting, fuck, I should have gotten a Solitaire. So I'm happy I actually have one, because I went back and looked at my backer kit and I didn't get one. So this will be the one that I hold on to. I actually went back and added a few more things to my campaign that I didn't get originally. I got an extra like samurai, and I got a couple of the martial artists that I didn't get before, but I didn't add another solitaire because I'm happy just having this one. But yeah, he's still a great figure. I mean, I can't doubt that it's definitely a good one to pick up, but I guess I'm glad I didn't throw down money on it, just because, like I said, I wanted to stick to that one, feudal line as far as ninjas.
No, you lucked out if you went all in, because you'll get one regardless. So for anybody that went all in on and got the full package, so to speak. But
I ended up basically getting the full package just in two separate like bulk transactions, because there's my original campaign, and then I went back and added some stuff on pre-order.
Did you have any breaks?
I did have one break with my arm pack, and that was because I got kind of cocky, and I didn't heat it up one time, and I pulled out a hand, and the peg got stuck inside of it.
Yeah, I broke one of the. I just broke it the other day on the Ninja, the wrist peg, because I did the same thing. I was just being a savage and pulled it off and broke it.
I mean, the final figures, you shouldn't have that problem, but yeah, it was just kind of unfortunate, because we have what are basically the only ones in existence at the time, and I'm just like, no, I fucked it up. But it was an easy swap, just because it was I think it was the wrist peg from the bear arms. So once that broke, obviously I can't use that one hand anymore because the peg is stuck inside of it, but you can still heat up the hand peg and pop it off at that base where it connects into the wrist. And I swapped it for the one that was on the pair of arms that I wasn't using. So it's fine. If I ever want to, swap back and forth, I'll just have to swap from that part of the joint rather than just swapping the hands. So it's not a problem. But yeah, man, I think the samurai is really cool too, just because, like, same thing, just being able to take off all the armor pieces and everything. And I know at one point I'm definitely going to put some red samurai armor on this white ninja base body and do some crazy stuff. But I'm enjoying having them as separate figures right now. But once I have like all of them in front of me, it'll be like I'll be going to crazy town just trying to come up with some crazy combinations.
The samurai makes me want to have like a fleet of horses and shit, though. Like, you know, it makes you want to have more for that world and to really build on that world. And it's interesting. It's really interesting because I didn't think I would care about the samurai too much at all, but having them in hand, I was like, all right, this is actually pretty cool.
Me neither. I definitely agree.
Obviously, you saw that I tried to even do some modern stuff with the samurai armor and kind of make it as a little display piece in a modern setup, and like, you know, the possibilities are really endless, man. I think I don't know why I'm echoing a little bit, but
that's probably me. I probably might have my volume up a little loud. I was gonna say though, as far as the samurais, I had originally kept my order pretty small. It was probably around $300. Just trying to get a few different things, mostly army building, just ninjas themselves, rather than getting some of the key characters. And it, you know, it wasn't through like until after I was doing all this stuff for them that I really started to like realize exactly how many different pieces I would need. I mean, all in all, you really do need at least one of every single character.
Yeah, definitely.
To really get the maximum experience out of these. And then from there you can really start having fun, because after that it's just about getting more stuff to have different options. And originally I had only gotten the red samurai, the one that I ended up receiving right now, and I was trying to justify, you know, what I was purchasing and wasn't purchasing kind of based on the world that I wanted to build with these characters. But once, you know, you learn about the actual world, it becomes hard to resist the rest of them. And I went back and added both the other samurais. I got the both martial artists, which I think people are sleeping on, and an extra 2 arm packs, because I'm definitely gonna need some extras of that. Yeah, man, I couldn't be happier with these so far. I mean, obviously there's that little breakage issue, but it'll be corrected, and the amount of time that people are waiting for it will only
from what I understand, that happening was the reason for the final delay, so that way that won't happen. So I mean, aside from that one issue, I didn't really have any issues at all. So I think everything should be fine.
I mean, I got to think about it from the perspective of these guys in terms of like, imagine they receive the figures that we had just received, thinking these are it, these are the finished products.
Right.
And they're posing them around, they're playing with them, and this one particular issue keeps coming up and up, and it, you know, they're broken more hands than they ever thought was going to be possible. And there's that hard decision you got to make where it's like, oh man, you know, we got to talk to the factory and add another delay. But if it's going to get rid of this problem, it's definitely worth it. And yours had the springy hips too, right?
Yeah, definitely. But you know, I didn't really consider that an issue, really. Like, you know, like I worked the joint and loosened it up. Like, you know, it's the same.
Right.
I chalked it up as you getting a brand new figure and it being really tight, and you gotta break it in a little bit. I wasn't upset about that. You know, I was fine with it.
Yeah, it's like breaking in a new pair of shoes. You know, just gotta put it through its motions real quick and get it used to it. If the final product has it, it won't be a problem. So, from what I'm hearing, it should be by the end of this month, maybe even a little bit sooner in the next couple of weeks.
But you know, I'm happy. I think you're happy. I think most people will be happy, especially with the possibilities for integrating them with everything else you already have, and just the playability. So I didn't really see an issue there, and I think the wait was worth it. I mean, they were doing it so they could fix things up. So that's that. Rick had a little issue. I spoke to him in a private message. He'll be back in a second, but I see Ty joined us.
Cool.
Yeah, so moving right along. What else we want to talk about?
Well, let's say hi to Ty first. How you been, dude?
What's up? What's good? Just got this Mezco figure from Boog, so thank you for that.
Oh shit, which one?
Captain America.
Nice. Modern or classic?
Modern.
Nice. Damn, you're just giving out Mezco figures, aren't you, Boog?
Well, you know.
What a benevolent dude.
I got the classic one, actually.
Oh, you got him.
Yeah, because I forgot about that. But yeah, that was another thing that I got. I didn't open it yet, but I got the classic. We talked about this because I wanted to. I'm anticipating having a big three from Mezco. So yeah, I went ahead and got the classic one, even though I was eyeing the modern one, and they do still have it, and some places. So I think I might still go back and get the modern one too.
The big three? Is it Thor from Mezco?
Not yet, but that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking that they'll do that at some point. So
That'd be ill.
a Mezco Thor would probably be pretty dope, man.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm glad I got that classic cap.
If they do a Mezco Thor,
Could be good with either one, but I'm personally happy to have the classic.
if they do a Mezco Thor with a cloth cape with wiring in it, with bare arms or something like that,
Fuck yeah.
dope. Dope. So yeah, while we talk about Mezco, let's I guess we could talk about Mezco.
I mean, I wanted to bring this picture up right here with these are flash and reverse flash with the cloth outfit removed.
Yeah, if you're seeing this for the first time, this is Dallas really showing that everybody else is poor and then he could just fuck up Mezco.
This motherfucker.
But yeah, he stripped them down to just so you could just work with them without the cloth, basically. They look pretty good. They look a little muscular.
Insignias.
They look a little too muscular in the upper chest area, I guess, in my opinion. But it's not really that crazy.
Yeah, I agree. Let me get a bigger picture up just so it looks a little bit better.
Is it an improvement though? Does it look worse or better? Because I don't know. It looks pretty dope.
I mean, it's a solid base body. I think it looks good. If the figure were released like this, it would definitely look good. But then you're getting into where the value of Mezco figures really are.
Right. I mean, and that's the gimmick, for lack of a better word. That's what it is. It's
kind of feel like the clothes, the spandex action figures, they don't look that great sometimes. Like Spider-Man and Flash, they don't look like Punisher and Cap. It looks different.
90% of them look good vanilla pose. It's just that when you start trying to really get into posing them, that they don't look that great.
You know what it is I think the clothing sort of hides the posing in a certain way, because when you have a jointed figure like this where you can actually see where the articulation is, when you have it in a pose, you can see that figure in that pose. You can see the joints, moved in a certain way. You can see the posing, for lack of a better term, as well. But when you have the clothing there, and I've noticed this taking pictures of Mezco the last few weeks, when you have the clothing there and you have it in a particular pose, you really have to get the angle right on it to show where the figure is bending and where, because the clothing can really hide the certain things. So like this Daredevil shot I did where he's doing like a kick in the air, and he's got his body super twisted. But it doesn't look like he's really bent over or really posed that dynamically until you actually like see it in person and can appreciate like the full 360 of it. Because just like that one angle, the clothing sort of hides where the figure is articulated. Doesn't make it look as dynamic.
Agreed.
I don't know if anyone's noticed that but me.
I'm excited for the Iron Man because I'm glad they ain't tried to put clothes on him. I was like, what they gonna do with Iron Man?
Could you imagine?
They were talking about doing that too. Imagine having like like a red torso area connected with like gold cloth, faux cloth to the red gauntlets.
Gold color, like that would have been.
That would have looked fucking tacky.
He's going to be a little bit more expensive too. I think we talked about that too. But being that he has the light up feature in the chest, it's going to be a little more expensive too.
Mm-hmm. There's something else we wanted to talk about with Mezco, right?
Well, we what did they just put up for pre-order? What was the most recent?
Well, they had the X-Force stuff, which is going to be previews exclusive, and then Black Costume Spidey.
Right.
The stealth version of Deathstroke, which I'm calling, and it's just me, it seems like, calling it the Teen Titans version.
Okay.
What else we got? Something just went up. Wonder Woman comes up this Monday, tomorrow.
Oh, right. You know what? I didn't like the way Wonder Woman looked in the when I saw it at Toy Fair. The face looked a little off, and the head looked kind of big for the body too.
It seems like that's what they went back and reworked, because a lot of people were noticing that they did make some differences to it.
That's kind of funny though. The only female figures they have are from DC.
Yeah. Where's my Nichelle Nichols, man? I need my Star Trek bridge crew.
Wow, they didn't make her? That's surprising.
I know, right? I thought for sure she would be the first female figure, but
She,
fucking Harley Quinn sells.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would have breaking some real toy barriers right there. The first black female figure. I don't know.
Or Marvel might be Captain Marvel or Jessica Jones. One of those two.
Yeah, I could see them doing a Spider-Woman. That would be pretty dope.
That would be cool.
Well, we could talk about predictions for SDCC. What you think?
Yeah. Well, before we get into predictions, let's talk about what was actually revealed. Because I know we're excited about it. It's the SDCC TMNT set from NECA.
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna pull up a picture right goddamn now, young man. But yeah, I mean, if we're talking about Mezco, though, I think they did make some improvements to that figure. They actually NECA revealed 2 of their SDCC exclusives already, and the second one kind of ties into this first one, so we'll get to that. This is the TMNT set, pictures from our friends at the Fwoosh, Matt K, who actually did the photography for AI. And
we were talking about that too. I think Matt did a really nice job on selling these figures, and we talked about that a little bit too, about how just toy photography is becoming a huge selling factor, and with a lot of these lines, like these obviously that people are hip to the popularity of toy photography and A.C.B.A. and they're using that as a tool to sell figures, man. And I think Matt did a really nice spread with all of these figures. I think the figures look nice. I like the detail on them, but I think that the SH Figure Arts ones look a little closer to the source material. They look a little more accurate to the source material, though.
If I could beg to differ there real quick, from what I'm hearing, and these are the true fucking TMNT forum hunters here talking about this. Apparently, they're saying that the SHF, the bright colors on them, are kind of based more on like the promotional material surrounding the original cartoon, whereas these NECA ones look like the actual cartoon, like on-screen turtles. They're a little bit darker.
They said it was based off the comic, like one of the comic runs.
No, they said it was based on these are based on the cartoon, but like how they actually appear in the cartoon, not the
definitely not based on
the material
comic book. But yeah, this is definitely from the cartoon. But
right.
But yeah,
when you get into the foot, that becomes way more evident.
I honestly started disliking the SH Figure Arts one. I've got all 4 of them, and I haven't really been eager to set them up or really do anything with them. I don't see that these NECA ones are going to have the greatest posability or anything like that. But I mean, they look pretty good, and it's a good price point for sure for you to get everything that you see here for $200. Is actually not bad at all.
So just to kind of talk about the set here, we have what's basically a throwback to the old vinyl carrying cases for the TMNT line in the 80s, with brand new original artwork, and it actually has like the San Diego Convention Center on the side of it. Pretty neat. And then you open it up, you got the 2 trays. It's got like a metal clip and everything. You got the 2 trays inside, 8 figures. You get all these accessories, and everything can obviously be stored right back in when you're done with it. Looks like it's almost like 16 inches tall because this is the 1/4 scale Raphael figure. So it's a pretty hefty case.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm just concerned that if you have any issues with breakage or anything like that, you're gonna pretty much be asked out and you're gonna be shit out of luck. It's like
definitely. I mean, that's the case
with
with any
eBay. eBay always have these figures for some reason.
But yeah, Shredder
definitely sucks for army builders too, who just want more foot soldiers, because you're pretty much gonna have to get multiple of the same set.
They look great.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, you know what? It's his photography though too. He made them look very, very good. Don't get me wrong. I won't doubt that in hand they're still gonna look good. Those 16-inch turtles look very, very good in person too.
Yeah, that's not fair. We can't get those in a smaller scale. That just hurts.
We will. Eventually. Give it like 2 years.
Size of small children. I don't need that in my house.
Pretty much.
Got the communicator there. This is obviously, post.
I was wondering too. I'm like, these things light up? Because they keep showing them consistently light up. I'm like, that has to be.
Yeah, right. These light up. And the price on this, by the way, the whole set is going to be $200.
Yeah, I said that.
Like Boog said, is not a bad price whatsoever.
It's not.
Last year we had 2 separate $100 sets, so it's right along those lines.
Like in the club,
you're getting the carrying case and everything. I mean, you can see it still has very like, even though it's not as stylized of a paint job as the video game ones, it does have a few things on it that sort of make it look more animated, more cartoony, like the heavy black lines and the musculature. You can see a little bit of shading, and from like a light purple to a dark purple.
The other ones look like a little too cartoony. Like you can't get a real picture out of them unless they're doing something kooky and crazy.
Yeah,
These
but
are-
this right here,
SHF.
this is where I'm concerned though. Like you definitely not gonna. They don't have any app crunch either, so that kind of sucks. But you definitely not gonna get the most dynamic poses out of them. But I mean, it is what it is. If you just want some vanilla shots, and
you can get some good high kicks out of him, but yeah, the downfall is the lack of ab crunch for sure. It's funny. My girlfriend saw this picture and she thought that he came with like an after dinner mint. Like
stupid.
It wasn't done that well in this one. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's spinning like that much.
Right. Yeah, it's not really lit up too well.
We know what it is.
You see what I'm saying though? It's got like a little bit of shading on the back of this, so it looks like if it were a 2D sculpt, that would be like shading the last little back of it to make it look like there's shadow there.
I feel like I need these.
Fuck, everybody needs these.
Nah, that's a pass for me.
No, it's not, Boog. You crazy?
I mean, how many fucking Ninja Turtles do I need?
You need every iteration from 80s.
Yeah, dude, and you need the set that can contain itself within its own set. The convenience is there.
Mean, honestly, there's no other turtles that look as good as these except for the other NECA turtles, which was like the original, and they don't look like our classic turtles.
I mean, these are the classic turtles right here. That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is perfect. Like I never seen a better version in plastic.
I mean, fucking turtle communicators and everything. Are you crazy, Boog? Passing on this? Fucking grappling hook? Are you nuts?
Ninjas. I'm done with ninjas.
Pizza? Oh my god, you must be out of your damn mind if you want to skip on these.
Yeah. All right. So NECA shot this shot. They showed us everything that they're gonna show for bring out for STCC. It's a great set. It's a good value.
That brings me into their second exclusive that was revealed earlier this week, and that's the Aliens exclusive, which is low key also a TMNT exclusive.
How so?
It's the Sewer Mutation Warrior Alien, which is based on the Pizza Monsters episode of the cartoon.
Oh wow, they're slick.
Right. It's an Aliens package and an Aliens figure, but if you want it, it's realistic enough in its paint job and its styling that it could go with those same SDCC turtles, and you could act out that episode. So it's the Alien versus Predator Warrior body with the.
No one knows what it looks like. It looks like this. The piece of alien.
I mean, it looks cool. It's it's another fucking color of alien. What else more do you want? And it's got a cool backstory here that I guess ties in somehow.
The retail.
Oh, there's the fucking episode right there. And here's what I'm talking about. See how the turtles are kind of a nice dark color? They're not really as bright as the SHF ones. They're colored just like the NECA set. And here's what I'm talking about as well with the shading, light purple to dark purple.
What's the price for the Alien?
$25. And according to the back of the packaging, there's 3 in like the story that this is supposed to be from. So fucking get 3.
All right, so getting back to Mezco, they haven't revealed anything for SDCC yet, but I mean, I guess we could kind of talk predictions and just talk about that for a quick.
They did reveal one exclusive. It's not a 112 though. It's this Lion-O figure.
Yeah, it looks like. It doesn't look like shit. It looks good, but it's damn near statue.
How far can they keep stretching like Thundercats?
It's basically a solid sculpt with cuts at the arms and maybe the head.
What you said, Tom?
How far can they keep like stretching Thundercats? Like, will it still be popular in 5 years? Like, everyone's new.
Honestly, we haven't really gotten a solid Thundercats offering yet. Like, not really delving deep into the line and really giving you the articulation and the possibilities that you really want. They keep towing the line. A lot of people are trying, but we haven't gotten that definitive Thundercats line yet. I'd like to see Figure Arts or somebody tackle a Thundercats line. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. I think Thundercats is just one of those I don't want to say doomed lines, but it's definitely a little, you know, cursed. Seems like every line that tries to get off the ground just can't really seem to do it. They only get a few figures in, and then it's over.
Yep, and the most recent one from what was that, Mattel?
Right.
I just thought the figures looked a little stumpy, man.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the art style either, but you know, as far as Mattel being able to go deep with a line and bring you a lot of characters, it had the potential for that, but Mattel just flat out said, you know what, fuck collectors. Done with this. It's more Fisher Price and Mega Blocks from here on out.
Mattel's going to give you a Lino statue, and I'm sure they're going to show a bunch of stuff, though. I think they're going to show a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, the reveals are coming in the next few weeks for sure.
I predict that they're going to do Hellboy, because this is something that they've done several times in the past already. I think they'll definitely do Hellboy and his supporting cast. I think that's going to come. I think they're going to try
Wonder
the new movie coming out. I think that's more than likely going to happen.
The Hulk figure. I bet you they'll start trying to round out some teams. Even though when I had spoke to Pierre, he was acting like that was the first time he heard that notion. And but it seems like they've been going in that direction though since then. Not to say that I pushed them in that direction or anything like that. That could have been in the works already. But they got
for which one now?
Huh?
For which one?
I'm talking about Mezco trying to looks like they might try to start completing some teams and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean they got X-Force coming out soon.
Right. So they got Wolverine and Deadpool in the X-Force colors, and I mean, who else could they do?
I mean,
they're doing the Old Man Logan, so that's like out of nowhere, kind of. It's like, wow.
I could see them doing a Cable pretty soon. The popularity of Cable is going to go.
I see that
pretty high the next year or two.
Yeah, I could definitely see Cable coming. That'd be pretty dope, and that's gonna obviously shoot the value up of Deadpool.
Right.
Maybe a Spider-Man villain. Maybe.
Who?
A Spider-Man villain, since they do like hero villain with Marvel a lot.
Who would they do Spider-Man villain wise that would be worth it? What?
They could do a Venom. Well, I guess
I don't want to see Venom. Actually. No. Green Goblin.
I could see them. You know what? I could see them doing a really good Green Goblin, like a pretty classic looking one.
You know what?
Looks like a dude in a goblet.
A Doc Ock would actually be dope because that whole thing could be cloth and be a nice little funny pot belly body, and then if they could nail those arms in some type of way, that'd be pretty dope.
That'd be bananas.
While we're talking about SDCC exclusives, though, this is one of the Hasbro revealed ones. It's a 12-inch Marvel Legends line. Daredevil.
I got mad when I saw that. I was like, they have the same pieces for the 6-inch figures, but they ain't use them for Daredevil. They're super basic.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with this one. The proportions on it are really weird. All those 12-inch figures have really weird proportions.
Yeah, like Deadpool has a gigantic head. I'm like,
Yeah, it looks like they're stylized after like an animated series or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Deadpool's definitely weird proportions.
I mean, the box on this is cool, so it's got that going for it. Joe Quesada artwork. I don't know.
The box,
I guess. They showed the Marvel Legends exclusive too, not officially, but I guess some pictures leaked. It's supposed to be like a Thor set. We got pictures of that.
I'm gonna look for that right now. It's right here.
Thor set and something else.
There it is. It's a Battle for Asgard 5-pack.
Oh, they put out official pictures?
Yeah, it looks like they did. Got some high-res images here. So you got this sort of pentagram-looking thing.
I had no clue that they had put out official images.
Yeah, it looks pretty solid. I like that. There's some images of the individual figures.
Okay, so it looks like Ulick is the same body as well, I'll get to that since you're showing this chick first. Guys, stick with her.
Yeah, let's see her. Sorry, these are just in a weird order here on the site. There we go. Now I can put them in the slideshow. So we got Lady Thor, or just Jane Foster Thor, I guess, or just Thor, whatever. Yeah, looks all right. I wonder if there's an ankle pivot here. That looks a little weird.
Yeah, that looks kind of stiff, right?
Yeah.
That cape, though, man, that cape is going to be a pain in the ass.
I like that they gave her the bicep swivel, though. That must be the.
She's a weird design to turn into action figure form because she's like really bulky.
They gave her the Ms. Marvel Moonstone arms, so she's got that nice, Michelle Obama arms to her. We got Ulik the troll.
Yeah, that's the same body as the Abomination figure.
Right.
That's actually a good pick for him because he is short and stocky. Abomination should have been taller, but that's actually I think that's a perfect body for Ulik.
This is Boar.
Was Boar necessary? Did we need a Boar? He wasn't around for that long.
I mean, not really, but I mean, I guess they're trying to really round out a Thor cast, so that's cool.
We got Unworthy Thor.
That head sculpt looks a little funny though.
I like that hairy chest though. That looks good.
I wonder if this is the Hyperion body or that's the other like Reaper. No, that looks
I think it's Hyperion because it connects to the big Hyperion legs. Those are definitely Hyperion legs.
this is crazy.
And then we got Malekith.
Or as I like to say, future Nightcrawler.
He looks pretty good though.
He looks like the baby of Nightcrawler and Jareth the Goblin King.
That was actually I'm glad they actually gave us this character though. That was pretty cool.
Looks like this one's on the Grim Reaper mold. He's got the Wonder Man bracelets right here.
Yeah, that makes sense. With some added little extra parts there. So yeah, that's a good set. What's they saying? What are they saying? What the retail price for that is yet?
No price yet. Here is the.
That's a big box. I feel bad for whoever's like trying to pick up a few of those.
Every year, this is what SDCC does, man. They give you, they try to make the most impossible box that's impossible for you to ship.
It's working because that thing's huge.
It makes no sense.
Like 4 of those, you done for the day. Just like go back to your hotel room and just chill.
That's it.
So it looks like this is gonna be able to fold in, and then there's gonna be a sleeve that keeps it together. Jesus.
Like dope though.
And here's a look at all 5 of them, and their amazingly posed promo shots.
So that means that. So let's think about this. Which one of these figures are we gonna get again at retail? What's some?
Probably this one, Lady Thor.
Thor, most definitely. Jane Foster Thor.
So
I
how
like
would,
it maybe
how would
if
they
they put
change
them in the Thor comic wave, or not even movie wave, and they put certain comic characters in it. I could see them doing a Malekith again, just because he was technically one of the movie villains at one point. I don't know. They could do something with that.
I think Boar is going to be the one that doesn't get reproduced at all.
What about
Thor has
Ulik?
a lot of like custom, like unique sculpts into him.
I don't know. I don't know. Being that Ulik is on that Abomination body, I think they might know that it would be some bullshit if they gave us another bath on that body again like that. So I don't
A
know.
different head or something, right?
So I think that one might be unique to this set.
They usually don't release the same figure. They change something like slightly.
Slightly, yeah. They'll change the color scheme a little bit.
They'll change the color of his trunks like they did with Abomination.
Well, Abomination's entire skin color changed actually too, though.
That's true. I was just trying to trivialize it.
But, I wouldn't be surprised if they have something else for Legends too, besides this. But yeah, we can talk about that Wolverine a little bit if you want. Moving on.
The Revoltech? Yeah.
Whew, that thing looks great.
Yeah, you know what? While we were talking about Venom, I wanted to mention I pretty much dropped ship on this line. I pretty much decided if I'm going to stick to one fucking $70 to $80 action figure line, I'm going to stick with Mezco. As nice and dynamic as these are, I think I just don't really have too much room for them in my collection. So I sold my Deadpool and Spider-Man right around the time that Venom was shipping. So people were trying to go back, and I was able to get good prices
I
on
don't
them.
know, man. Wolverine looks like he's the one.
Yeah. I mean, the big controversy with this one, which we could talk about, is the fact that they removed the cigar. I mean, here it still is. Right?
There's
Here in the
that.
promo picture.
Is that they're saying that the cigar might not come with them, which I think is stupid. I think at this point, this is an adult collector's line. There's no reason that they shouldn't put the cigar in. But
Yeah, but it's Disney's character now, so
It's not about Disney though. Like it was a rule set like years
How they
ago.
want it
I think
portrayed.
it's cigars no more. All right, Nick Fury. Like they stopped all that in Marvel Comics, so there's no more cigarettes.
Yeah.
Well, there's the cigar issue, and then there's the fact that it looks like this might be some of the parts from Venom or the way the knee connects to the thigh might be similar to Venom, and so the way that bend works there, you might have that same issue that you had with the Venom figure. I heard somebody else mention that, and I was like, okay, you know what, that could be an issue. But he looks very good, where there's not a lot of exposed joints and stuff like that. Like like he looks pretty dope, man.
I'm saying they got it right this time.
Yeah, I mean the shoulder joints are always a big issue, but he's got the nice epaulets right here, kind of take care of that problem.
And they got him in a modern costume too.
Yeah. It just hurts though. Like if you get this, you might not get the rest of the X-Men. Like it might be the only one.
Yeah,
I'd love to see them just to finish out the astonishing X-Men team through Revoltech. I think that would be pretty dope. You could get
a good Cyclops.
Focus.
Yeah. Cyclops, like I'm waiting on that.
Optic glass. Yeah, I can see that though.
Yeah, it looks good. What else should we get into? I mean, speaking of Cyclops, we want to talk about Can of Beams, right?
It's sold out already. It's already gone.
Yeah, we was talking about that a little bit.
No, he's not. I thought he was going to sell tomorrow.
Nah, today.
Oh, it's today? Oh, shit.
Half an hour ago. It's already gone.
On that for sure then. Literally. Oh, well. Yeah, basically this guy had some Cyclops clip-on effects for the visor, and, it was a cool, like, optic blast effect.
Yeah, you got some pictures.
It's just weird the way he does his sales because he does them at certain times only through eBay.
Yeah, bring up the pictures though.
Yeah.
Let's see if I find them.
Here's a look at all three of them right here. So there was 3 separate effects. There was the flare right here. There's the impact effect where he's actually hitting something, and then there's just a straight beam effect. And it looks like these are clear acrylic. I'm not sure how he made them, but they are made of
like
clear
styrene, just cut. But who knows?
Yeah, they all look dope.
An hour ago, he said there was 10 minutes left. So yeah, long done.
Honestly, that should have came with the original figure.
I'm sure a future one will now. They've taken
too much like the right thing to do. Too much like the right thing to do for Hasbro. But I'm trying to understand why the fuck he's selling through eBay though. That makes no sense at all. Why is he cutting his own throat on his money and giving eBay any percentage of his product? What the fuck is he thinking?
He's just trying to do it the easiest way possible, which is
my biggest complaint has to be just
the easiest way possible. He's already got a significant fan base. He could just sell directly through his fucking own PayPal for all of that. Why is he giving any of his money?
Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. That is really kind of ridiculous to sell on.
He is bugging.
Yeah, he would definitely benefit from his own storefront. On some website.
Not even a storefront. If you don't want to do that, you can just sell it directly. Like Boog said, like PayPal. Save your money. I got you. Just
that's it.
He's got these impact effects as well.
Wow, that's crazy. That's something that we've been trying to get together for quite some time. They look pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I believe he says that these are clear acrylic. Let's see. Doesn't really respond to a lot of.
Look at this shit. The market for this shit is nuts because of the popularity of display art. Man, look at all of these independent folks.
He's smart. Before it was only Dragon Ball Z stuff. Now he's like legends.
He was doing a lot of Godzilla stuff at first, actually.
Yeah, Godzilla, then Dragon Ball Z. He's moving on.
What's crazy to me is the amount of people that buy this stuff. They probably won't even use them for displays.
Nah,
literally just like sit in there.
That is funny. Yeah, that is funny. There's quite a few people that'll buy this shit that won't even be taking any crazy pictures, anything like that.
I mean, he posted shit on the MLC page and Marvel Legends community, and people were going crazy for it. None of these people fucking post photos.
No.
nothing other than a shelf shot with Flash.
Yep.
Look what I got. Click. That's it.
Fuck the fucking group.
Well, speaking of Marvel Legends, Hasbro's running a little bit of I guess a contest or some sort of promotion right now where you use a certain hashtag.
I'm a little weirded out about that. I didn't understand why JC was the person announcing that. I never saw anything officially from Hasbro, though. Like, I didn't see any official announcement from Hasbro. So talking about that, we could talk about the Tamashii contest as well. They officially announced it on their Instagram, but I didn't see anything directly from Hasbro. I saw JC put up some shit on Marvelous News, and that was it. Maybe he put it on TNI or whatever too. If you have no clue that JC is the person behind Marvelous News and Toy News Eye or whatever too, if you didn't know that. But yeah, that was weird to me. Why? Because Hasbro definitely announced when they did it for Star Wars, and they was they promoted that, and they picked a bunch of photos, and they showed the photos at Toy Fair and at different venues and stuff, and gave people their props. Johnny had a bunch of pictures in there, and quite a few different people that you might know from the toy photography community and stuff. So I just found it weird that Hasbro didn't make an official announcement about it.
We'll get back into Hasbro in just a minute. I'm already on the Instamashi page. I believe this is it right here. The hashtag is SHF_DB.
Yep.
And I mean, I think this is it. I checked the hashtag. It doesn't seem like under it.
It is. You're supposed to recreate one of your favorite scenes from the show.
Oh, that explains. Oh, it's loading more. Hang on. Wait. It says there's only 5 posts here. That's weird. Oh, it's because he's got these fucking balloons at the end here. Part of the hash. There we go. Now I can see him. So yeah, it's SHF_DB. And I'm sure there's people in the display community that can do some real cool stuff with these.
Yeah,
shelf shots.
It'll be about 70% of shit, though.
I swear to Christ, if they pick the same judges that they had to pick the Mezco contest, there's going to be problems.
Yeah, they got a bunch of shelf shots there. Look at that. Look at that stand.
I can see nothing but the stand. Of course, I'm going to look at it.
Shit's front and center.
Yeah.
Look at this. You scroll through here. There wasn't one good picture yet.
Yeah, it's a pretty am stuff. I think I recognize this one here.
Yeah, that's I think that's Carl.
Yeah, Carl Pennington.
Yeah, that one right there, it looks pretty decent. Yeah, that one was nice.
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of this like sort of particle effect sort of thing, but it looks cool.
At least he's got it framed up really nice and it's not on the left. Look at that shit on the right.
This here.
What's going
I've never
on
been a
there?
big fan of the fucking Toy Story style of photography where it's like your fucking toys have come to life. No.
Yeah, I hope they pick something nice though, man. I hope they don't.
I can see this guy winning something.
I feel like we've looked at some of his shit before from some other contests. Oh, deja vu, just so. Yeah, I want them to put out a fucking Boo already.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the figurized one has been pretty solid so far, but
well, anyway, while we talking about the Tamashii contest, I guess we could talk about Dragon Ball Super a little bit since Rick is back. Rick, you there?
guess not.
Oh, he's around.
Well, True Star Screamer just said that this contest is screaming Poncheesy, and yeah, I agree. Pancho, you gotta come up and make a good showing.
Hey, go back up. Look at that father-son Kamehameha one. How'd that look?
This one here?
Yeah.
That's good.
I know this guy. He takes some pretty nice pictures. There's Villarules, you just passed it.
Just crazy to me how some people just really rely on the whole digital effect.
Look at that fucking freezing curling shot right there.
Which one? This?
Dance on your right.
Oh yeah, they're dancing.
It's literally on a tabletop.
I mean, the amount of time it takes you to fucking put all this stuff into a program and fucking put lava and glow effects and shit around it. You could fucking put together a light box and the fucking
Yeesh.
all this stuff. You know what I mean?
It's fucking awful.
I would consider even this better than that last photo I just pulled up.
Yeah. Because they clearly chopped out the stands and shit, but at least it looks, it looks pretty official. It's framed up nice.
We got to get Dave Johnson in this contest as well.
Yeah, quite.
Yeah, that one totally belongs here.
What was that? That's funny. You fuck with Dragon Ball Super? You watch that show?
I do not.
From what I've seen in clips, it looks kind of bad. I don't know.
It's not bad. No, it's been good. It's been very
like good. Animation wise. Like I saw the old show and I used to watch it. Like
it's up and down as far as the animation goes, but the show has been very entertaining. It's been good.
And they back. When I never thought of it. Dragon Ball Z making a comeback, like every other thing that was popular 10 years ago.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Well, they did it right though, because they're coinciding with the toy line with Bandai Tamashii Nations, and they putting out figures of a bunch of the new characters, and the hype is more crazy than it's ever been. I think they've done a very good job. I like how they've expanded the universe and really taken it to new heights. Just when you thought that there couldn't be any more power-ups and any more anything, they took it to a whole nother upper echelon. So it's been pretty cool, man. I must say.
All them power levels, you still can't beat Superman. It's crazy.
That's funny.
So when we're talking about these Instagram contests too, the other one is the Hasbro one, and the hashtag for that is Hasbro Toy Pick, which is kind of a dumb hashtag because it's the same one they use for the Star Wars contest.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying though. Why not only that, like I said, they didn't officially announce it on any of their platforms, and then they used that same hashtag. They said use Marvel Legends, which has to have a zillion pictures already on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they said Hasbro Toy Pick, again, like you said, which was already used at some point. So it's like, I don't, if it is officially sanctioned by Hasbro, I don't see them picking anything that's going to be really nice. It seems like they care more about Star Wars shit when it comes to the photo aspect of things. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're only making it harder for them, having to fucking do twice the work, doing 4 times the scrolling to try to get the Marvel Legends pictures, only to fucking give up halfway through and be like, you know what, fuck it, this one right here wins. I don't want to scroll anymore.
Yep. What's gonna happen?
But anyway, yeah, it's supposed to be celebrating 15 years of Marvel Legends, so that's why they're doing that.
That's crazy. 15 years.
I mean, do it. Fucking do the hashtag and take the photos and everything just to kind of see. But
why would they put 15 in the fucking hashtag in some type of what are you doing?
15, I don't know. Any other hashtag would have worked. Doing the same hashtag again is just dumb. Yeah, I mean, most of the stuff that I've been scrolling through right here is all Star Wars. But it is what it is. So while we're talking about fucking Marvel, why don't we move into DC Multiverse? I know a lot of people have been on the hunt for that Damian Wayne. I actually just found like 5 at my Toys R Us yesterday.
I just saw that shit today in Toys R Us.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Shout out to man, I hope I don't butcher this guy's name, but shout out to Keiyo. He's in the group. Keiyo Sahid Allison. I hope that's how you pronounce it. But I actually met up with him at my local True today because he was down from Albany visiting a friend of his, or friends and family in Queens. And then he's got a friend up here in the Bronx that he was seeing before he went up to back up to Albany. and he met me at True so he could pick up a Cyclops, a Jim Lee Cyclops actually, and Sunfire and a cutout pack, and we chopped it up for a hot minute. So that was cool. He's in the A.C.B.A group, and yeah, it was my first time actually meeting him in person. So yeah, that was cool. But what was you saying? I'm sorry.
No, that was pretty much it. I did want to bring up one other thing that came up this week, and that was the Mezco Space Ghost Entertainment Earth exclusive version. It's finally begun shipping, and a few people have received it, and they were pretty disappointed with it because they kind of did a little bit of a bait and switch, and it seems like EE is pointing fingers at Mezco, and Mezco is pointing fingers at EE. So
That's where as far as what?
let me pull it up right now. I had to preface all that. And now I'm gonna pull up.
I got a couple of those actually. I got a couple of those actually coming in.
Yeah, the Entertainment Earth one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is what was advertised right here. And this is what we got. The original one showed, yes, it glows in the dark, so does the monkey, but all the effects still had color in that promo pic. Dude opens the box and it looks like this. I mean,
wow.
To be honest, I don't think it looks bad, but I would be disappointed if, I had pre-ordered based on that other picture thinking, Space Ghost and this dude are going to glow, but everything else is pretty much going to look as is. So to get this, yeah, it would be pretty disappointing. That said, I mean, again, I don't think it looks bad. It's just the whole issue is the bait and switch of it.
Wow. The old switcheroo, eh?
Got him.
Basically. Stupid.
And the image has been updated on EE since then, so the actual product page has been updated.
That's been happening a lot this year. Like you order something, you just get something totally different. Like that can't be okay.
I mean, from the photo that you see right here, this little GIF. I mean, what you see is the monkey and what's his name, Blip, and Space Ghost, Glow. Everything else is pretty much looking normal, and they even advertised an alternate head sculpt for Blip. I don't know if that's an alternate head sculpt or what. Maybe Space Ghost had one. But yeah, the Space Ghost does not come with an alternate head. Neither does Blip. So there's another issue. You know what I mean?
Oh man, that's gonna be a problem for Mezco.
But it seems like I don't know. It just seems like they didn't update each other along the way, or whatever it is. If Mezco did give EE the updated product page, solicitation page, then it's up to EE to fucking update that. And if they didn't, that's their fault. So who knows?
See, in my experience, you can't do much when you get a figure like that looks different than the promotional images. You really can't. You gotta take that out.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was Entertainment Earth's fault in some way, shape, or form, because they be on some bullshit sometimes. So I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of the day it actually does fall on Entertainment Earth.
Yeah. So here's the actual product page right now. You can see.
Updated now.
Yep.
What if there's two versions of it?
I don't think. I mean, there are two versions, but the other version is the non-glowing one.
Oh.
So I mean, in this version of it, I mean, you can't even see the fucking effects because they're all clear on this photo. And now everything is glowing.
So the problem is they ordered the colored version and they got this one instead.
No. He wanted the Entertainment Earth exclusive, but he didn't know that it was going to look like this. He thought it was going to look like this. This is what was originally advertised.
Which is the regular version. Okay.
No. It's the glow in the dark version, but this is how it was advertised before, as just Blip and Space Ghost being the glowing things. Space Ghost got an alternate head. This is what it ended up actually looking like.
Yeah, that's not right.
And like I said, I don't dislike this version, but if I had known it was going to be like this, like the one we're looking at right now, and that's what I ordered, and that's why I expected to arrive, I wouldn't be pissed about it. I think that looks pretty cool, actually.
But the lack of the additional head scope, that's kind of messed up.
Right, but if I ordered this picture right here and received this instead, there's the issue.
Yeah.
So it sucks, but you know what? Now that we know, it's just better that way. I'm glad I didn't pre-order it. So someone else had to make the mistake first, and I had to find out that way.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
Yeah.
All right, so moving right along, we want to talk about Wonder Woman for a brief moment. Am I the only one?
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it either. I don't know anything about it.
It just came out this weekend, so we can hold off on that.
We won't talk about it then. But I'll say that
Spider-Man or anything.
I'll give you my. You know what? I'm fucking sick of Spider-Man information coming out. I'm sick of like, yo, chill out, Marvel. Like, y'all doing too much, giving away too much, and like, just chill. It's obviously going to be one of the hottest movies of the summer. That's already set in stone. You don't gotta like show any more fucking trailers.
It's really pressured by Sony. I feel like it's like pressure by them. Like you gotta promote this because Marvel usually don't go that hard with the trailers.
They are really going nuts, man. Like shit, they showed the fucking whole movie already, damn man. But Wonder Woman was decent. It was better than I expected. It was a little bit too long, in my opinion, though. That shit was 2 hours and some change, almost 2.5 hours, pretty much. It was probably like 2:10, 2:15 or something like that, I guess, counting the previews and everything like that. But I saw a 2:30 movie and was out of there a little after 5. So,
was it good?
It was decent. It was better than I expected. There was a lot of funny parts. What's the chick's name that's playing Wonder Woman?
Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot. She looked very good. She looked very good. I think she did pretty decent with choreography and stuff like that. But a lot of that shit is movie magic.
Yeah.
But I think she did look pretty good. I think some of the special effects was fucking cheesy as fuck at certain parts in the fighting. Like, you know what I'm saying? But overall, the close quarters fighting and shit like that was nice. I liked the little bits when they were on what's the Amazon's world? Whatever the Amazons. I'm not the DC buff, so forgive me.
Themyscira.
Yeah, Themyscira. There we go. So I like the little bits there with the training and all of the Amazonians and doing.
What's her mom's name? Wonder Woman's mom's name?
Who? What?
What's her Wonder Woman's mom's name?
I forget, but
I just wanted to try to get you to pronounce it.
Her mom. I liked her mom's sister and the.
It's Hippo something, right? Hippo. I'm gonna sound stupid. I'll stop right now.
She was the chick. She's the lady that plays Claire in House of Cards. She plays Kevin Spacey's wife on House of Cards.
Oh, she's in there? Dope.
Yeah, and she's in pretty fucking nice shape for an older lady, actually.
The sister or the mom?
But I mean, every single chick that was in the movie was in great shape. But yeah, the sister I was talking about, huh?
Nubia, like Wonder Woman's black sister. She in the movie too?
I don't know. There was quite a few black Amazons though, so that was cool. They didn't really say too much, but there was one in particular who had quite a few speaking parts, but most of them was just kind of like eye candy. But it was a very good mixture of Amazons, I guess. I mean, I didn't see any. I don't know. I guess I didn't see any ones that look Latin or Asian, but there was a mixture of black and white Amazons, though. So that was cool. I think lead dude's name, the blonde guy, what's his name? Chris Pine. Yeah, I think he did a pretty nice job. I think him and Gal Gadot had some decent chemistry. Where it failed, though, was the length of the movie. Towards the end, I dozed off. There was a lot of like cheesy effects and shit like that towards the end. Definitely quite a few nods to the books, though, and I liked the way they played on her on Wonder Woman's naivety when she came to the regular world. I didn't understand how she crossed over from her world into our world and that whole like teleportation thing or whatever happened there. I don't know. I don't want to give away too much. I mean, that's not really giving away anything, but there were definitely some fucking stupid parts though.
How does it connect with the rest of the movies like Man of Steel and BBS?
Okay, well, Wonder Woman was actually set during World War I, most of the movie. The movie starts off with her in modern day and I don't want to give away too much. It starts off with her in modern day, and then most of the movie is just her reminiscing on her time fighting alongside these guys during World War One. And you know what's funny? I was watching a review of the movie today by Mr. Sunday Movies. I don't know if y'all fuck with him, the Australian.
The
But
best. Yeah.
yeah, he's pretty cool. But he brought up a very good point that the movie mirrored Captain America, the First Avenger, in that sense, as far as like the fighting with them in the war, and then she's obviously damn near immortal and she can survive into the next era and whatever. It was very close to that, and her team was similar to the Howling Commandos, and like it was a lot of that. So it's that sort of tone. But yeah, pretty much 99% of the movie took place during that time and showed how she came up as Wonder Woman. It showed her from a kid and crossing over and fighting with them in the war and this and that. So it's familiar. That sort of thing is going to be familiar to you, and I guess that was kind of cool. It's a cool movie to take your daughter to see. I took my daughter to see it. It's a good family movie. It wasn't any crazy gratuitous violence or crazy sex scenes or anything like that. So that's fine.
And what did you think of her portrayal?
Yeah, you know what? That's what I was saying. I like how I liked her acting as far as her naivety to certain things in the world and learning different things when she came over to this side. And but Mr. Sunday Movies brought up a good point that it was teetering on naivety, and then some parts was just like, nah, this bitch is stupid. So yeah, it was that, but it was cool, man. It was some funny moments. I laughed out loud quite a few times, and but yeah, it had that same issue that a lot of DC movies have been having, where there is a point where it just drags, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? But it was towards the end for me on this one. Like, I don't know what it was, but when the final villain, I guess, got revealed, and the climactic battle was like kind of cheesy. I didn't like it so much. But yeah, it's a fun movie. It's a good movie to watch, and it didn't really do, to answer your question though, it didn't really do much universe building though. No, not really. It is pretty much a standalone movie. You do get a glimpse of another character or two, but it didn't really do much to build. I won't say that. It did. It gave you Wonder Woman's origin story, basically. So yeah, that's fine.
Something we haven't seen, so that's pretty cool.
Right.
Speaking
So
of Wonder Woman, I just brought up the Mezco pre-order.
oh, that looks better. That looks much better.
I think they fixed the proportion on the thighs a little bit too, and it doesn't look as thin. Maybe the arms as
much
well.
better.
The face is definitely an improvement.
Yeah, because that other face looked terrible. Man.
But I mean, yeah, that's good to hear that the movie, doesn't suck. Would you say the first like real good movie in this DC universe?
I mean, what do we got to go on? This Batman versus Superman, which I thought was mostly awful, but I will say that I haven't rewatched that yet in the comfort of my home and really sat through the whole thing yet.
Yeah, I've been meaning to do that too with the Ultimate Cut or whatever it's called.
Right.
Watch that.
But it's one that I would check out again at home. So I'll say that after I saw Batman versus Superman, I felt turned off where I didn't even want to look at it at home. So I'd watch this again at home. And from what I've seen, most people like it. Most people have been saying it's great. It's not the greatest thing ever, though, in my opinion. It's not anything you need to run out and see immediately, but it's worth a viewing in the theaters, though, I guess.
I mean, a lot of people did go out and see it immediately. It's made a shitload of money.
Yeah, it's made money,
Ooh, I got a question. Is it better than the animated movie, Wonder Woman?
Did I see the animated Wonder Woman movie?
I don't think I've seen that.
I don't think I've seen it.
Right. It was dope. So, all right.
Well, Ty, I got a question for you. What was better, the Doctor Strange movie or the animated movie?
Marvel can't do animated movies. They really fail at that. So
that's true.
That's where DC's got the one up, no question about it.
All right. Well, on the subject of Marvel, we saw Guardians, right?
Yes, I saw Guardians for sure.
Kai, you saw it?
Not yet.
He's
Not
waiting.
yet.
He's waiting for Plex. Fucking
I'll
get
be Spider-Man. I said Spider-Man and the rest of them.
Yeah, I saw Guardians. I thought it was fun. It was cool.
Yeah, you know, it's these Guardians movies are a nice little detour in the Marvel universe where, you know, it's just sort of fun. Not a lot of, I guess, kind of like Wonder Woman, not a lot of like real universe building, even though they kind of are, but not really tied into the main Avengers storyline. Just on sort of the
I don't
extremities
like
of it.
it. It's so different and so far away. It's like I get it, it's Marvel, but I'm not gonna just
Right.
like every Marvel because it's Marvel. Like I need some kind of connection.
Right, exactly. I mean, I was gonna say that with Wonder Woman and DC in general is like my main reason for seeing any of these comic movies is the universe building, and I want to see how they're setting up the coming movies, how they tie in previous movies, all that stuff. So that's why Wonder Woman's not one that I'm like, I gotta go see it because I gotta fucking get this underlying storyline of the Justice League. It's like, you know, whatever. But with Guardians, I did feel that way. I felt like I wanted to fucking see what's going on the extremities of this universe, and like, you know, we get some nice backstory on Thanos in relation to his daughters and the sort of origin building of Adam Warlock. I know it's kind of spoiling, but it's
I wanted to see more. I wanted to see more. A larger cast of characters in Guardians, though. I mean, I guess they did have quite a few Easter eggs and characters, but I wanted to see them explore more shit, and I wanted to see Thanos at some point too. But he really had no business in that particular story at all, though, honestly. So
That'd have been weird.
right.
I when I was reading reviews of the movie, I heard a lot of people complaining about the gold people, the Sovereign. As far as like them being really like distracting from the main plot line. Like the main plot line really is the Star-Lord origin, you know, and his dad and meeting his dad and all that stuff.
I don't know if they were distracting. They were kind of fucking.
Right. What I was going to say is that was what I read about it. And then when I actually watched it, I actually really liked their role in the movie. They were sort of like the comic relief villain that would pop up every now and then.
Right. Yeah. You know, I mean,
So I liked that. I thought they were really fucking, like, you know, when they're on the ice planet and they're rolling out the carpet for the chick. I thought that was fucking, I mean, no pun intended, but I thought it was gold. Like, really fucking funny.
Speaking of the Guardians, did the Inhumans have a trailer for their new show with that
No
movie?
trailer, just a lot of like on set images and like images of the costumes and stuff. And I think there was an image of Lockjaw. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I heard that too, actually.
I saw the trailer for Inhumans and I wasn't impressed. Like again, I'm like Pharaoh. I like my street level heroes. So Inhumans don't really.
I just hope they're not trying to make Inhumans street level heroes. You know what I mean?
Nah, like it looks like a mix of Game of Thrones mixed with like Defenders.
I mean, very much so. They're even doing the first episode of the series in IMAX theaters, which Game of Thrones also did. So yeah, they're definitely going for that.
They royal and stuff. I see what they're doing, but Marvel, you need to like chill because no one cares about the Inhumans. Like nobody.
Not yet anyway.
I can't see it happen. I'll be surprised.
Who gives a shit about Inhumans is going, oh, Daisy Johnson's in this? Cool. You know what I mean? Oh, shit.
It is so weird to see Inhumans without the Fantastic Four. Like, they're the only reason they matter.
Pretty much.
What is with these fucking little pop-up YouTube videos that they're throwing at us now? What is this? Well, here's the Inhumans cast.
Yo, man. That image, man.
Yeah, it looks weird. What type of family is that?
Yeah.
Well, who's the black dude supposed to be?
The big bison looking dude with the legs. I forgot his name.
Oh, of course. The black guy's got to be. What the fuck? Come on, dude.
My dude right here needs his head.
And his Karnak on the side with the tattoos on his face.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, come on,
This Medusa wig is just, I don't know.
That's like a horrible wig. I'm like, really? Out of all the characters, that should have been like the most dopest looking one.
You got the lace side. That should not even the lace front.
This, man.
Oh man.
This chick, what's her name? Is it no, not Cersei. What's her comics?
She's Cersei, right?
Crystal?
No, Crystal. Yeah. I think it's Crystal.
Yeah, yeah, Crystal.
He doesn't even have on a fucking costume. He's got on a fucking tube top and pants.
With fucking riding boots.
That Boog got on the X-Men special.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, I mean,
So hold on, is this dude gonna have the centaur fucking goat legs or what?
He has him, I think, but he's hidden behind everybody.
Yeah, look, you can see that hoof right here.
God, yo, come on, Hollywood. What the
This is your next Game of Thrones, Boog, whether you like it or not.
Oh
They
my
messed up when I showed Medusa with her hair like animated and stuff. Like that's the coolest part of the whole
wait, this is coming out on what network?
ABC, I think.
ABC?
I think it's on ABC, yeah.
Oh man.
So when Shield goes off the air, Inhumans will air, and then when Inhumans go off, then they'll show Shield like back and forth. So there's always new episodes.
Yeah, it's
That's what it's gonna be. Okay.
the first episode is going to be on IMAX.
Wow.
That show was a better idea, but they canceled it. It was like another Shield show, but with more superheroes and stuff on it. But they said nah.
The other Shield show is going to be the spin-off of Mockingbird and the fucking Australian dude.
But they'll see like more heroes, they'll see like more crossovers, but they just like canceled that idea.
Right.
That's kind of dope.
Although, I mean, the big issue that a lot of people have been having is that they're not tying in the fucking TV universe at all in the movies. But Kevin Feige said recently that they're moving in that direction pretty soon. So
I can understand that, but like the TV show, can they at least like combine them? The Shield, there's Luke Cage, and I don't know if they should.
Right. Yeah. I mean, some stuff like that would make sense. What was that? I think Maximus is the dude on the right.
I can't see it going more than a season, but if it does, then Marvel has the Midas touch, and they can make anything great.
Dude. I think they're really going out on a limb for this one.
They
I
put
think it's gonna
themselves
be
in
the
right
first
now.
like true, just straight flop.
They got Cloak and Dagger. What else they got?
Cloak and Dagger actually looks solid.
Yeah, you know what? I was definitely intrigued by the Cloak and Dagger.
Oh man, you know what? There's a lot of Marvel TV coming out now that we're thinking.
Yeah, it's like a little too much.
Another series coming out called Gifted, or The Gifted.
Oh, that looks trash. That's the that's like the X-Men, but not X-Men show.
Basically.
They mention the X-Men a lot. This is supposed to take place.
I don't want that. They mentioned the X-Men. It's like Batman show. Like they mention Batman. They never show him though. Like,
but it's Bryan Singer is involved in this one, so they're saying it's going to be taking place somewhere in between Days of Future Past or something and Logan. In that sort of new X-Men universe before it ends in Logan. So I don't know. Supposedly it's supposed to tie into the X-Men movie universe, so we'll see about that.
They lie to us. They always lie to us to get us in.
I mean, I don't know how the one on FX has been doing. What's that called?
Legion.
Anyone watching that?
Nah.
I haven't saw it, but I'm hearing like crazy reviews. Like it's like insane show, but I'm like,
well, let's ask the chat. Maybe they know. Is Legion any good? Loyal chat.
Who read the comics? Legion. Anybody?
Yeah, Legion. I know the comics are supposed to be pretty decent, but is the show any good? I mean, I know FX allows them a few more liberties as far as what they can show, so maybe it's got that going for it.
I heard it matches the comic like kind of closely too. How it's like just kind of insane and crazy.
And that one supposedly ties in with the movie universe as well.
Oh, how do you forget? Deadpool having a new show, but animated.
Right, the Deadpool animated show, and that's going to be on FX as well, right?
Yep, that's going to be by Donald Glover. He's going to be the head of that. So
you say
the Renaissance man himself, of course.
He's writing it, or what do you mean the head of that?
Yeah, he's writing and producing it.
Interesting.
That's crazy, right?
I mean, can you believe this, dude? A Childish Gambino is producing a Deadpool animated. Like,
that's pretty nuts.
From like Star Wars to Marvel.
I need another crazy Spider-Man right now. Well, people are saying that Legion is amazing and great. So
amazing and great. I gotta watch it then. People also say that Arrow's a great show, so I don't know.
Yeah, right. Oh, it's coming to FXX. There's an extra X on there. You know what that means.
What does that mean?
Yeah. Mr. Glover is producing an animated series featuring Marvel's Deadpool for FX.
So it's going to be a lot of toilet humor and dick jokes, huh?
I hope not. I think with Donald Glover, I think it might go the opposite direction.
Might be a little smarter.
Right. A less dick jokey Deadpool.
Yeah. Because he has two ways in the comic books. He's like actually funny or just stupid. So
Right. But then there's the kind of, quippy side of him that does badass things while,
yeah, that
quipping
part's
about
also
them.
cool.
But then there's the straight up like internet meme version where he just talks about chimichangas the whole time.
Yeah. He's like the raunchy Spider-Man and shit.
Right. And Glover, he's also, doesn't he write Atlanta as well?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the fucking dude can do anything.
Yeah, he's making a lot of fucking money. There's no question about that.
Crazy.
Making that moolah
While looking poor. That's amazing.
while looking for a word.
Yeah, dude. That's why I say, man, he's the Renaissance man himself.
That's how it should be.
Let's yeah, see, even people in the chat agree. Arrow is trash, man.
Oh, thank you, people out there. Got good taste.
I mean, I'm on Reddit right now. I'll tell you, the fucking Arrow subreddit is a joke. Everybody knows it. So
Someone said like this season is amazing. I'm like, I mean, it's
no,
a season.
come on. No, it isn't. I mean, I know Deathstroke comes back. That's one thing we could talk. Let's talk about this Mezco Deathstroke because I don't know who's on the fence about which version to get.
Well, you know what? I don't think I've thrown down on either one of them yet. I can't remember if I ordered the regular one or not. But
Better thrown down for mine.
No, I'm lying. I ordered the X-Force one for sure. I think. Yeah, I can't remember. I'm sorry.
X-Force Deathstroke? Interesting.
Oh, Deathstroke. I thought you said Deadpool.
No. I mean, we'll get there, but I'm talking about this Deathstroke right here.
That looks great.
But, they have the other, the stealth variant.
They're kind of bugging when not doing a Robin. They did like a Red Arrow before a Robin. That's kind of wild.
Oh, I think they'll get there.
Why Red Arrow?
Because it's an easy fucking palette swap from Green Arrow, basically.
They're the same bug?
I think it is. It might be a smaller bug, but it's the same like tailoring, basically.
Okay.
This fucking picture Shamboli just posted is fucking nice as hell.
Let's see it.
Yo, CJ, you see what CJ just made out of nowhere?
I saw that too. The Spider-Man suit. Yeah, he's going nuts.
Oh my god, I got to see that. What do you guys think though, as far as like which version of Deathstroke you might get?
This one looks better with the colors because the other one, the colors kind of basic.
Here's the thing. I might go crazy on this one. I might get both versions, and on this black and white version, the stealth variant, I'll put the mark of Trigon on his forehead and just give him a bunch of fire effects. Be like the Teen Titans version.
That'd be dope.
I'm good on the all black one.
It looks really basic. Like they just here's the cheaper version for the same amount of money.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like
you just get more weapons, basically. And then it does look more basic. So on the upside, it might be good to just pick a part for customs if you want to do it.
Yeah,
or whatever.
That's probably a good idea, people.
Right.
Oh, speaking of which,
more Punisher bodies.
we didn't talk about this yet, but what was that figure that Darius reviewed?
Oh, the Vortex toys, right?
Vortex.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in that, but then I saw
I was
this.
looking at some last night actually after I saw that review.
You know what I wanted it for? I'm like, yo, this would be perfect, goon for Mezco figures and shit like that.
Yeah, 100%.
But he's a little small though. He's even smaller than fucking Legends in certain cases with the clothes and shit on though. When I saw
I'm okay with him being a little small if he's supposed to be just a civilian, because I can see superheroes just being bigger in general than civilians.
I guess.
I'm hoping that these clothes for 112 figures become 16 figures. 112, yeah, 112 figures become cheaper. Just you can go on eBay and just buy a whole clothing set for your figures.
Yeah,
it's getting into the doll status, man.
It's getting there.
Dude, that's the way it's going, and that's what I wanted to get to. Actually, I'm glad you mentioned it because AI in relation to CJ's ninja suits, it's there's that whole change that's gone on in just the last year or two even.
You know what?
Really moving towards the cloth now.
I fucking made a I made a I used the Star Wars Black Series Emperor Palpatine or Darth Sidious figure, and I shot him just from the back, but I made a Muslim head wrap for him for a picture that I was taking, and I thought about CJ, and I'm like, you know what? Would it be problematic to have like some Muslim garb and shit too? Like, for some,
It might be.
is that problematic? I guess it is. I don't know.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
all
I think
about
about
art
CJ.
imitating life, right?
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't do it personally. I would.
Somebody.
Yeah, somebody would. There's no question about that.
I mean,
But
yeah, you
I
gotta do
would.
it tastefully, but yeah, somebody out there is about to fucking ruin that for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody shutting down all the toys.
No question about it. Whatever first popped into your mind when I said that, that's exactly what they would do. That bullshit. That thing that you're thinking about. Yeah.
I mean, getting back to this figure though, real quick. Darius said that the head is 3D printed, so it looks good. What I'm not a fan of is how the joints are connected. Obviously, it doesn't have any ankle joints. He mentions as well, but
Yeah, that was
the head is just kind of pegs in, and only swivels side to side, and then the neck itself is what articulates it from left to right and all that. And then the hands, the actual joint is huge. So when you don't have the sleeves covering it like he's got right there, it looks terrible. That's like there's no real skin tone underneath that matches the face. It's just a plain plastic color. So you got to have it covered at all times, basically. Make sure the joints aren't exposed and all that. Taking all that into account, I mean, it's a solid looking figure. And if you don't like the figure itself, just fucking take his clothes and put it on a body coon or something.
That price point is still pretty high for like
Yeah.
just a basic figure.
Yeah, definitely that price
5
point.
available right now. 1 sold. That was probably Darius.
Like 50 is a good price for this, I think.
Yeah, that price
Yeah, I
point
mean,
is a bit. They're a little bit. What's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for?
Optimistic, ambitious.
Ambitious. Yes, they're very. That price is very ambitious. Like, yo, you're a brand new company. You're not Mexico.
Yeah.
Chill, bro.
Some of this other stuff, look, this guy looks like Bruce Willis. This looks
Three
pretty solid.
random dudes like that too. Is like they're not really varying the character selection here.
Well, this guy's like a hunter of some kind. The other guy was more of like an urban ranger, urban agent of some kind.
Wondering if it's the same body.
It probably is. This is what I'm talking about. See how ugly this fucking hand looks? Look, he's got like a cankle on his ankle, on his wrist. Looks terrible. See, it's not a skin tone like his face is. It's just the plastic.
They can't sell a body that
Look at that.
has no ankle pivot and actually for $80. Yeah, and that restaurant looks kind of crazy. Yes.
Yeah, and that's just because the boot is basically the foot itself, and it just pegs in, and that's what keeps the foot together.
You can't ask for $80 and do that. The body's.
Yeah.
My thing is like is a generic figure. It's not a lot of money for a generic figure.
Yeah, I mean that.
Somebody I recognize.
I think they know that that's part of the attractiveness of it, though. That people do want generic figures, but not at that price point. They don't.
Here's the one other figure. This is the third one in the line, I believe. There might be one more. No, I think that's it.
Well, maybe somebody will bootleg them.
That's what I'm hoping.
Well, I mean, what you're really paying for here is the clothes, to be honest.
Yeah, pretty much. Just like if I want to spend $80 on clothes, that shit better be able to go on my back. It's crazy.
I mean, this looks good. That clothing looks good. I could definitely see this coat being on, I don't know, fucking like a Blade Runner costume, something.
Yeah, but for $80, I could get a Nike sweatsuit.
You can't even get Nike sneakers for $80. What are you talking about?
They got a bug for not selling the clothes separately though. I think that's a whole other business venture people ain't going into right now.
Yeah. Like I said, it's crazy how much that's fucking changed the game. Mezco really has.
Years ago, it was like clothes and figures don't mix at all. Like no fabric on my figures. Now it's like,
right.
I'll pay $100 for that.
I mean, it started slow. I think the descent was real slow. First, it was cloth capes or cloth cloaks or whatever. Now it's full on.
Yeah, it's not full on for me though. Like I'll take it sparingly and shit. But at the end of the day, a figure with no cloth is going to give you the best playability and posability.
Yeah, definitely. And it's like I was saying earlier, the clothing can kind of fuck up your posing because it can sort of hide the way that you've articulated it.
And I couldn't imagine
How
having a
shittier than it
collection
actually is.
of figures with clothes. Like that's hard to take care of.
Yeah, you got to maintain the shit. You got your lint roller out every couple days and shit. You know,
Don't throw in a puddle. That's a wrap. You know, you gotta go wash the clothes now, dry them, iron them out.
right. Come on now.
Like any of those outdoor toy photographers that goes putting their figures in mud.
Right.
Get out of here with that.
Get about it. Get about
You
it.
can't do that. I mean, it's bad enough people like Dallas are just ripping the suits apart altogether. I gotta say, this Black Adam looks really good. Oh, here's speaking of Black Adam, here's something maybe we can talk about. You guys play Injustice 2?
Yes, sir.
You didn't play it, Tyler?
I saw it. So the whole game. I watched the playthroughs. So I don't play games. I just watch them.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I just watched all the cinematics cut together on YouTube.
It was crazy.
Yeah, man, I like it. I mean, the art style, the graphics on that game, just the character designs, everything, like really.
And it looked so good compared to part one. I was like, there's like night and day.
Yeah, yeah. Now I don't know. Maybe someone in the chat can fill me in on this. I don't know how well it relates to the comic, because I know after Injustice 1 dropped, there was a tie-in comic that kind of acted like a pseudo sequel to the game.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. Is it just fucking not canon altogether, or did the new game sort of retcon it?
Because I played the first game and I read the comics, but this new game is like it changes certain things. So I don't know. It went all the way nilly. It's like whatever. Part two.
Okay.
It's
what's interesting to me is
probably a case of
Oh, hi, Emiya.
Yeah, I'm here. It's probably
Yeah, I'm here.
It's probably a case of the writers just not communicating with each other. Possibly, I don't know.
It could be that because it lines up, but not all the way.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably just certain things, you know. I mean, within crossovers, it happens a lot too. Like one writer doesn't talk to another writer, and then certain things end up being some variation of what actually happened. So that could be.
True Star Screamer in the chat says he plays that game every freaking night, and he says it flows with the Injustice comic a little bit. For example, the run with Harley having a baby.
Robin killing Disease, I forgot his name. But yeah, he killed the character differently than he does in the comic. That's about.
Is there a reason the Joker's back and looks like Jared Leto now? Because I'm pretty
he's
sure
not really in the game. He's like Flash. He's like a Harley's dream sequence. So
okay,
he's dead.
That.
Yeah,
I wasn't paying that much attention. Even like when cut together, all the cinematics is like a 2.5 hour movie, dude.
Yeah, I watch them both. They're great movies.
Yeah, I mean, I did watch the first one as well, but yeah, the character designs and stuff are great, and it's interesting how they've sort of merged with the movie designs now too.
Oh, the designs are way better, man. The first Injustice game designs were like terrible.
Yeah, but in this new one, I mean, aside from Bruce Wayne, who looks like ass, he's got this bulbous nose, it looks terrible. Bruce Wayne, but everyone else, you can kind of see them. Obviously, like I said, Jared Leto Joker gets kind of molded after the movies. Like Superman's got the same hairline as Henry Cavill now.
Wonder Woman was a weird design choice, and like not design choice, but like character choice, because like a movie came out this year, but in the game, she is not a likable character at all. Like Wonder Woman is the worst.
Keiyo 2992 says the game changes the way Damian betrays Batman, apparently from the comics.
Yeah, that's about the main one.
Well, I mean, regardless, it's a good fighting game as well, like very, very mechanically and technically very well executed. And
yeah, congrats to them. They
yeah.
did.
Yeah, True Star saying that he would kill for some Injustice action figures like they made for Arkham Knight, or really just all the Arkham games.
That's what I was saying. Like I want that Professor Zoom, like the Reverse Flash. It looks like amazing. He never looked better anywhere else but in that game.
I mean, the reason I even brought up Injustice, I was looking at this Black Adam. I really loved Black Adam's design in the game. I think he looked badass. I think it was pretty cool of them or smart actually from a character standpoint to make him like Middle Eastern.
Yeah, like, that's the first time. Like, wow, he really looks ethnic in this one.
I think it worked. Now I'm thinking like The Rock might not be the best guy to pull him off on screen. You know what I mean? He's not Middle Eastern enough. He's too Samoan. Anyway, yeah,
it work. But
while we're talking about games, someone just brought it up, man. The Friday the 13th game is lit in a storm.
Man, I just went camping, and all I could think of was that game over and over.
Yeah. I think they it was a Kickstarter game originally, if I'm not mistaken, and it seems like it's done a pretty good job. The gameplay is fun. I know fucking Billy and Pharaoh and Chris Espinoza and Michael Lamsberg and a bunch of other people. They're in groups and playing this game and murdering each other constantly now.
What system is that on?
I think it's on consoles, so PS3 and I'm sorry, PS4 and Xbox One. I don't think they have it for PC. If they did, I might look into it. But yeah, it seems like it's
PS4, Xbox Ones, and Microsoft Windows. So yeah.
Oh, they have it for PC?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's just not on Steam. Oh well. Yeah, I mean, it seems a lot of people are having fun with that game. So yeah, that's good. That's good for anyone who got it funded on Kickstarter. I'm sure they got some nice goodies with that. My bro plays with Bob, Derek, and Mike. Oh yeah, Derek Barecki's playing that. Yeah, I was watching some of the clips that they were putting up, and it seems like they're. I saw one where fucking Chris almost fucked up their escape when they were in the car. He runs into like 2 trees and somehow still manages to get away from Jason.
What's the premise? Are you just
it's pretty much a multiplayer only game. It's like versus multiplayer. So one player plays as Jason, everyone else plays as campers, and Jason has to kill all the campers, or the campers have to escape, or they have to kill Jason. So then you have to hide, and he has got special abilities, like he can like teleport across the forest, which is how he like suddenly reappears in front of you. Campers can like go through windows and pick up weapons and keys and certain other items, so they can either get fuel for the car and escape, or find a certain thing to kill Jason with. They're saying they're gonna add a single player later on too, but the bulk of it is pretty much just like a multiplayer versus game.
That sounds like fun though.
Yeah, dude. Must be.
And the music is crazy. It's just like you're watching a movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like when Jason gets close to the players, the music starts going, more intense and more intense, and then
it's funny.
Pretty cool. Pretty well done, I must say. It's from a gaming standpoint, it's not like AAA, like amazing status. Some of the animations are a little clunky.
Did they have was that the thing they had the Kickstarter for?
Yeah, the one they had Kickstarter for.
Oh wow, that's great. That's great that it all turned out nice.
Yeah, and Tom Savini was originally involved in some of the design for the game too. So there's like an original version, look for Jason that you can play as, and it's fucking crazy. Like it's some like hell spawn sort of Jason. I don't even know. Maybe I should just be looking this up. Anyone in the chat playing this game? Well, we can probably move into some questions now, unless we have some more topics we want to touch on.
Yeah, let's take some questions. Cool.
Well, here's the Tom Savini Jason. A little crazy looking, Oh man, I see CJ's picture now. Jesus, this
So
young man, I swear to Christ.
It's not fair, man. It's not fair.
Look at this.
Like Mexico should hire him, honestly.
Yeah.
He's doing it right.
Yeah, man, and of course he made that suited figure at the front too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
You know what? I think this is the market that Mezco could hit for sure. You know how they were, they don't want to make generic goons or whatever. But you remember for their and I think Boog, you actually fell for this. Remember they put for April Fools that they were doing like a 3 3/4 inch line of clothed figures, and they were starting with their mascot, which is the little bee, like the Mezco bee or whatever, head with like a suit. And some people were like, "Oh man, that's fun, dumb, whatever." But if they actually produced that figure in the Mezco 112 line and made that head easy to pop off, you could just buy a bunch of that, mascot and put different heads on it, and then you've got your suited figures.
Someone put a Play Arts Kai in the group. Wow.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go scroll through the page now while we take questions.
Surprised Play Arts still make Marvel
Why are
figures.
people charging $80 for that Mary Jane Spider-Man 2-pack? I tell you what, man, I just went to Toys R Us yesterday and they had two full, like, you know, two stickers basically, which is meant to be two sections of that figure, which means they had a bunch of cases all gone.
It's
Like, people
online.
are seriously scooping it up just to scalp it.
I'm guilty. But then I got it. I was
fine.
like, everybody got
Get me
this
one.
figure. It is online. So I'm like, all right.
Get me
I'll
one.
keep it.
That two-pack is going to be everywhere. There's no reason for any of that, man.
Yeah, that won't be everywhere. It's like, y'all gotta worry. Spider-Man does not sell out.
Oh, Boog already commented on this one. I like this. I've been doing stuff with like more props, so I like what he did here.
It had to be a big set, like a full table.
Good
For this
depth right here. And putting this telephone pole in the back is good because that thing is really small. But like you said, he should have put this a little bit farther away, maybe like other side of this
You
mailbox.
didn't need that little garbage can at all, honestly, because that shit is tiny. That's
Yeah.
a house garbage can outside for whatever reason. But
Put some fire in it.
but the idea and the depth of this is really nice, though.
Yeah. Did you guys see the one that Shannon put up of Daredevil with somebody in the background? Punisher?
We'll see.
I'll probably get to it
You
eventually.
showed that CJ one already?
Yeah, I showed it. That's pretty amazing.
Amazing.
God damn it, CJ.
It's sensational.
Yeah. That's from Adam Smith. Dude always does clean work. We're taking some questions while we're scrolling down the page here, looking at photos, the Facebook page, of course. Oh, you know, I actually had one that I got texted to me, Boog. That was for you, is regarding the store. I'm gonna look it up right now. Anyway, yeah, this picture is good.
Wow.
Someone pre-ordered the last cutouts about a month ago, and they haven't received anything yet. Have those been shipped out yet?
And those cutouts Ben went out, so if you didn't get anything, then it's probably lost, or you gave the wrong address or something. So
Okay.
send an email to articulatedcomicbookart@gmail.com and put your order number in there. Just say, hey, I don't know what's up. Put your address in there too, because maybe you put your address in wrong. Maybe it went to the wrong address.
At gmail.com, right?
Yeah, articulatedcomicbookart@gmail.com.
Okay, cool.
That was a good photo with this the Hydra, the different like head swaps.
Oh yeah, with the Rick Flag body from Suicide Squad.
That was pretty genius. I like that.
Yeah, I think the green is a little off, but I think it's fine.
Yeah, he's good at a lot of like hip bashing and putting together.
Yeah, this right here is looks like a Star-Lord body for this Red Skull.
I feel bad for doing the chair. He like, oh Lord.
Give money to the wrong dude. It's nice and simple and clean. Eric Salazar. All right, looking up some more questions here. Any word on Mezco Dr. Doom or Mezco Robin? Not yet, but SDCC is right around the corner, so we'll see. Robin, I wouldn't be surprised if we see, along with the second version of their Batman trilogy that they're doing. You know, we saw the Ascending Knight at Toy Fair.
Yeah, they have to work on that. Like, you can't Batman without Robin.
Yeah. And especially if it's one that goes with, the Batmans in that trilogy.
I saw that DC Multiverse Robin today too, and so was Russ. I contemplated picking it up to go with the Mezco Batman. I thought the scale would look nice, but better than that. Wait, that's the second one they put out, right?
I think so. The King Shark one, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's the what's it called? The DC Rebirth version.
Right, but they had one before too, right?
I
feel like
Robin? They had the Carrie Kelly Robin.
Yeah, I'm sorry. When I say Robin, I meant the female Robin. I'm sorry. I should have specified that because they do have the Damian Wayne Robin in that same line, right?
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
how
that's
they
what they had on
released
that
that figure and thought it looked good. Like he looked like he's super buff.
Yeah, for a
Yeah.
fucking kid, right? It's not.
Yeah.
It is a smaller buck though.
It
That's
is,
fucked up.
yeah, but he's on some shit.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's meant to go with their Batman that's coming out. So
Supposed to be 12 guys. 12.
Right.
and it's like all the fucking kids in Dragon Ball Z were super buff. Same thing.
They look like kids though.
That's different though. Come
They
on.
got big heads and little bodies. Like they look like kids.
Let's see. Anyone picking up the SHF Dark Knight from Doug Koger? He wants to know.
You know what? They missed the opportunity with that figure, in my opinion. But I could see that figure would go really nicely with the AI figures, though.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah. Ty, what do you think about that?
Dark Knight.
Yeah, from SHF. I believe it's the Dark Knight version, not Batman Begins.
Yeah, it's but it's the what's homeboy's name that played Batman? What's homeboy's name?
Christian Bale.
Yeah, it's the Christian Bale Batman, though. It's pretty much the same.
Why are they releasing that now? Like that's like releasing a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Like it's
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah,
like,
you know.
whoa.
with that.
I mean, if it were like a Michael Keaton Batman, that's one thing because that's going to be classic no matter when you release it. But yeah, the time for Christian Bale Batman is here and gone.
Past.
It is long gone, I'm afraid. I like this from Simon Hill. His recreation of the Drew Struzan The Thing poster.
Oh,
I
that's,
love that movie, man. The Thing is one of my favorite horror movies of all time.
you saw the like the kind of remake of that movie?
Which one? The modern one?
Nah, it was the one after the modern one. Because the guys who made the modern one, they failed because all digital. So some people made the thing over in the way they should have been made over with like practical effects.
Oh, they did? Because I know they used practical effects for that movie, but then it was painted over with CGI.
Yeah. So they made another movie after that kind of brought back the whole feeling of the thing. That's what it's called.
Everybody knows Keith David's The Thing at the end, right? We can get that out of the way. Moving on.
Shit, don't you?
DC Icon Super Sons Robin is the move. Is that going to be the best Damian figure? Scale-wise, I think so. You know what I'm talking about?
No. What?
The DC Icons 2-pack, it's going to be Damian Wayne Robin with
Oh, that thing. DC Icons is funny, man, because I like the way they figures look, but you never know what you're going to get until it's in your hand.
Yeah, you never know if it's even going to come out.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if... I mean, if they're going to cancel Booster Gold and Blue Beetle, Ted Cord Blue Beetle, that
Plus,
would come back as well. You know, that's...
Being slick with these cutouts, with this Doomsday Superman 2-pack.
Right.
Yeah, they sure are. What wait, did you get that Static Shock figure?
Yeah.
Can we talk about that?
Oh, man.
It's
I
whack.
don't
Huh?
think we talked about
Whack.
it. I know
As a
people
fan,
got it.
it's whack.
It comes with fewer heads and no coat, right?
Fewer heads, no, because of fewer effects and no coat. Fewer effects, fewer hands, no coat.
Well, all they did is just create more customers for CJ.
Yeah. So mine's already pre-ordered with CJ, so I'm just waiting on that.
So these are the Rebirth ones, right? These Super Sons.
It's a good comic too. So anybody out there want to read comics, want to read.
Right. I mean, I think scale-wise, yeah, this is going to be the best Damian. I mean, you can see he's shorter than Superboy.
Yeah, they're killing it with this.
Yeah. And
Hopefully-
obviously the Rebirth 7-pack that just came out it has a slightly taller Batman than the one we'd originally gotten, so even better because that's
I
going
hope
to
we can look up though, because many figures can look up.
No. You're asking too much, young man.
That's a failure, man. If you can't look up, like, what's the point?
I mean, it looks like they nailed the scale right here as far as, Superboy's a little bit bigger.
They look great, and no one's even contesting their looks. Like they got this sculpting thing down to a T and painting. Like they mastered that.
The problem is, will they exist?
That too,
Yeah, this Batman looks good.
especially with the icons.
I
line
don't
with
fuck with these icons, but I picked up that accessory pack, and it's good. I'll get some more of those for sure, but they'll go with my Mezcos.
They're dope figures, but it's just they really messing up right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like a young company.
Moving on. Ooh, man, we forgot to talk about this when we were talking about movies, but Sony's going ahead with their Venom movie, and apparently Tom Hardy's been eyed for Venom.
People are excited about this, and I'm like, why? I like Venom. Like anybody else like Venom, but still.
Why though?
Why? Right?
Why waste it when it has no
connection to Marvel?
No connection to the universe that they're building right now. After all that they did to get Spider-Man over on this side and everything, why? Exactly. Why is the biggest question.
And it's not gonna be a part 2 of this. It just can't happen. I can't see Tom Hardy coming back and I like playing Venom.
I mean, don't get me wrong though. I could see it being a really cool standalone sci-fi flick. It could happen if they really, really explored it and it was shot in a really cool way and stuff. But at the end of the day, Venom is a supporting character to Spider-Man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you want a nice scary Venom, but you want him to appear in a movie with Spider-Man though, you know what I'm saying? And unless they're gonna explore it and go the route of like Agent Venom or some shit, then I don't really see the point. But
if it's not Agent Venom, then it's like really pointless.
I mean, Venom has had so many like iterations over the years that it's which version are they going to do exactly? Especially if it's not going to really be directly tied with their Spider-Man universe, so that kind of throws the first version out the window. Because Venom has the powers that he has because he kept Spider-Man's powers after he found a new host. You know what I mean? Like they're directly tied together. You can't do one without the other.
Right.
They'll do it anyway.
They'll do it.
So that begs the question: like, are they going to do one version for the first movie and then the second one's going to be a second? Whatever. I mean, with Tom Hardy as the lead person, that's obviously a strong choice, and he's going to do probably a good job. But
I just can't understand why.
Exactly. It's just the big question is like, why? Why are they doing this?
Why they keep picking the same people to play multiple roles? It's mad actors out there. There's mad
so many actors.
Like, what are you doing? Like, he was already in a superhero movie. He had a shot already. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Venom too, because he's like to see Venom like half the movie now. Because then again, we didn't see his face in the Dark Knight. We never saw his face, so it might work.
Yeah, and Venom is like fucking Spider-Man's rival. Like he needs to fucking have Spider-Man exist so they can like hate him. It just doesn't make any sense without it. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on. Cerrone Games Go. What did we think of the NECA Rocky Series 2 figures? Anyone pick them up? I did. They're good. I like them. Anyone else grab those?
No.
NECA Rocky figures. I mean, it doesn't look like the Rocky line's going to be continuing too much longer.
Thank goodness. I'm like, where Creed at? They didn't get no answer. So I was like, okay.
I don't think the studio gave them the licensing for Creed. Only 1 through 4.
It's a lot of movies. Sheesh.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know that Creed would sell that well though. It'd be cool, but I don't know that it would sell.
It probably won't, but like I'm surprised Rocky still sells after all these years. Like I know it was a classic movie.
It's not selling. That's the thing.
Oh.
They had a Rocky 2 wave planned. They hadn't done Rocky 2 figures before. These first 2 waves have basically been both re-releases with a couple of like new stuff. But it doesn't look like it's going to be continuing past the second wave because it's not selling too well.
They need to focus on taking down Playmates or the turtle stuff.
Right. I mean, honestly, the Rocky Series 2 is worth it just to pick up a second Apollo Creed. Apollo Creed, and you can make yourself a Dylan from Predator with some kit bashing and some paint.
Yeah, I saw some of them. It looked pretty good. Like, damn, that's spot on.
Yeah. You know what I actually did? I already have my Apollo Creed for my other version. I did pick up a second one just to kind of make a second, new custom. But I picked up a second Drago too, and I put him on some Dutch legs with a little bit of Dremeling here and there, and it was a pretty easy swap. So I just have fucking, Dolph Lundgren and some like, army gear just to kind of
the Expendables
be there. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be a dope toy line, the Expendables.
Like, yeah, right. But it's like Expendables 1986 in a prime.
In a prime.
Yeah. So I've got a Mr. T and Rambo and John Matrix and now Dolph Lundgren. who is of course the most underrated actor of all time with his spiky hair and his big muscles and his ice cold demeanor.
Can't believe dude is a chemical engineer or something like that. He has a degree in that. Wow.
What? Yeah, the dude's a fucking brilliant genius. Aside from being an action star.
Who could break you?
Yeah, he must break you. If you wanted a Mezco suit, you can get that Frankenstein for $60 and dress up Legends or WWE figures. Next block by block. That's a good hint. I think the stitching on that's a little weird, but yeah, that Frankenstein figure is pretty dope though. Let's see.
I wonder if they're gonna do any more monsters, since I don't think Frankenstein's doing that well.
Yeah, that Frankenstein did not do well at all. I don't know. It depends. Those old licenses are so weird. You know, like the fans are always gonna pick them up, but anything after that.
Isn't that like public domain though? Like you can do Frankenstein, you can do the Mummy, you can do all that stuff.
Well, especially now because they're doing, you know, a new Universal Monsters universe called the Dark Universe.
I saw that. I'm like, really?
Yeah, right.
Everybody's
doing this shit. Even fucking I think Transformers are talked about doing that, and you know, doing a universe with like G.I. Joe and the fucking Micronauts and whatever else. It's just ridiculous. But
as a kid, I thought it'd be the coolest thing for these things to connect, and as an adult, I'm like, this is getting ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, this new Mummy movie that's coming out is supposed to be the first one in that universe, and
actually the second one. The first one was supposed to be Dracula, and that didn't work out well.
Oh, the Dracula Untold one, right?
Yeah, that didn't go too high.
Yeah, it didn't. I think this is the official start of it.
The official new
right,
stuff.
Right. And what's happening is Tom Cruise is not Tom Cruise. What's his name? Fucking Gladiator. Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and he's supposed to be like the Nick Fury of this universe.
Oh, man.
Exciting.
I watched the trailer. I'm like, yo, Tom Cruise is getting old. I was like, he shouldn't be running around like this anymore.
I mean, he's still good at running around, though.
That's all cut. That's movie magic. He ain't running no more.
Exactly, man. And I mean, he's getting old, but he still stays in good shape, man. It's all those fucking Scientology super pills that they give him.
That man is super short in real life. I was surprised.
Yeah, dude, he is. Yeah, so Johnny Depp in this universe is playing the Invisible Man. Javier Bardem is playing Frankenstein's monster.
They got some heavy hitters in this movie.
Yeah, right. And I don't think it's gonna go too far, to be honest. I think the second movie after this one is supposed to be Bride of Frankenstein. After the Mummy, of course.
Hey, I need some original ideas, Hollywood.
Here's the funny thing is Tom Cruise's character is the through line through all these movies. He's kind of like the main protagonist person, and it's sort of implied that there's something a little bit more to him or whatever. And I'm thinking like they're not gonna have this fucking movie universe when you got Johnny Depp as your Invisible Man, and you've got fucking Javier Bardem and all these other people, and Tom Cruise is there, and his character's name is like Nick Morton. It's like you're not gonna have these fucking heavy hitters and Nick Morton. So they're thinking he's gonna be playing somebody else, like Van Helsing or something like that.
Ah, Van Helsing.
Yeah, right. I mean, you can't beat that Hugh Jackman flick.
That was a good one.
That was a great one.
Man, they really trying though. Bless their hearts. You go broke.
Speaking of trying, somebody's asking, what do we think about Alien Covenant? You guys see it?
I saw it.
What'd you think?
Got free time like a mother.
It was the people in the movie were really fucking stupid. The people were just really stupid, and although it didn't answer a lot of the questions that I think people want to see more of the engineers and them to explore that whole thing with the engineers. For some reason, I still liked it though. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know that it was like so many stupid parts, and it just kind of, I could still see it going down as one of those kind of cult classics maybe, and still being one that people will enjoy later on and the next 10 years or so, like, you know, but it didn't really answer the questions that you wanted. And hopefully the next one will tie everything up nicely, but I don't know. It seems like they're moving away from what I think most people want information on, and that's the fucking engineers. They keep like dancing around it. Like the whole thing, the intrigue about the engineers is that it's so closely mirrored to shit that we want in our own lives, to find out why the fuck we here, what's going on, and shit like that. So you want that in the movie universe, and they keep like playing games with your emotions with that shit. So, but you know, I like the blood and gore. I like the different aliens that they introduced and shit. I wasn't a crazy fan of the true villain of the movie, really, because it wasn't really about the aliens too much. It was really about David and the cyborgs and shit like that. And I don't. I guess what Alien's been out for a few weeks. Can I say spoilers and shit? I don't know. But
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
I guess the reveal that David is the one that pretty much created the alien that we know from the movies and shit was, I don't know, kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about it. I know some diehard fans are like, "Fuck that, that's some bullshit." But you know, I'm not like crazy invested into Aliens. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Alien and Aliens. Those first two movies were phenomenal. But and I love Prometheus. Even though that shit had a lot of like little plot holes and shit like that. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Some people saying that this guy is kind of ruining the universe at this point, but you know, I still enjoyed it overall. It was definitely some things that were left for bad taste, but I still enjoyed the movie overall, though. You saw it, Fabio?
Yeah, I saw it. I think opening weekend actually. It was. I agree with a lot of what you said, except as a diehard fan, I had sort of, and you know, diehard fan meaning I've like read a lot of the tie-in comics as well that sort of act as like pseudo sequels to the movie that don't necessarily trample on what other movies end up doing. So, you know, like the Dark Horse comic that basically takes place on the planet of Prometheus after Prometheus, whereas this movie takes place on the planet that they arrive on after they leave Prometheus. So as far as what you said, you know, like David creating the alien, or you know, at least planting the seeds for it, I think was what I had expected. It made sense to me when you think about the alien from the original movie is the Giger alien, or you know, the big chap, and the big chap is very distinctive because it's very like biomechanical. It's organic, but also like it's got a like, you know, technology to it, you know, as far as like the ribbing of it and like the design. And that's just like H.R. Giger's style, you know, that biomechanical look to things.
Mm-hmm.
So it made sense to me that the alien was created as a mix of like organic material and inorganic material, such as from an android. So to me, it was like going into the movie thinking, like, I already basically knew that David was going to be the creator of the alien, because that's pretty much what made sense to me. But I think what people are more upset about is sort of the way that they went about it in the movie. Whereas, like, for example, in one of the comics, they have an android and he mixes the black goo with his own blood, and it like turns him into like a new biomechanical organism that's basically a living organism now.
Okay.
So that like made sense as far as like David putting his DNA into helping create the perfect like mix of, you know, organic and inorganic. I just think, yeah, the movie kind of went a different way about it that made it seem a little like you said, like the focus of the engineers was completely lost in favor of David now. Like I think the engineers did help to create the xenomorphs, and kind of David picked up from there.
You
So
know
it's not
what?
like he's the full creator.
When I was not to cut you off, but just to interject real quick, when I was like, when I was like reading, like you know, obviously when you watch videos and shit like that, oftentimes the comments is like the best thing about a lot of things, like reading, you know, different people's perspective and shit. And somebody had made a joke, and they basically had like mapped out the next like 4 or 5 movies, and it was like David 2, like, you know,
Yeah.
like it was
That's what I mean is like I think Ridley Scott fell in love with the David character and kind of decided to double down on him instead of like completing the engineer's story. But that being said, I don't think that he's totally told the engineer's story yet, because I don't there's like weird differences between the engineers we saw in Prometheus and the ones that are presumably the engineers at the beginning of.
Well, from what I
They look kind of different, so there's that debate whether they are the same people or if they're like another engineer, race that they seeded, sort of like Earth.
Yeah, that makes the most sense to me because they didn't seem like they were as advanced. They seemed like they were kind of and damn near just a bit beyond like caveman status and shit. It didn't seem like they were those engineers. It was probably what you said, that it was another planet that they seeded. That made the most sense to me in the theories and shit that I heard. So, but again, that's weird because they were charting a course for the engineer planet, or maybe they just thought that was the engineer planet and ended up there. I don't know, but then David does that crazy shit and just wipes out every fucking body and shit. Like, and I'm not sure if that was going to be his plan from jump or what, but it is what it is. But it wasn't. I want to see it again. I want to see it again, though, for sure.
Yeah, the biggest thing I think that bothered me about the movie is there was way too much CGI for the creatures. In fact, it was all CGI, whereas originally it was all dudes in suits, kind of like we were talking about with The Thing. It was all practical effects in camera, and then in post-production, they literally just painted over them with CGI. So to me, like the fucking scene where David's talking to the Neomorph, the white one, not talking, but like they're fucking breathing on each other or something. They're like communicating face to face, and then the fucking captain shoots it.
Well, no, some of it was a dude, if I'm not mistaken, especially for that particular alien. I feel like
from what I've heard and people have been complaining about a lot is like literally all of it was CGI just painted over.
I think
that took away the impact of that scene because it really took me out of it, noticing like how CGI it was.
Nah, the white one was actually a dude in a suit. If I'm not mistaken, because I saw pictures of him and he's
But that's what I'm saying is there was a suit that they used, and all the pre-production photos show that. But what was in the movie was painting like basically a digital painting over that suit.
I got you. Okay.
So they did use suits for the xenomorph as well, and sadly, like all of it got fucking painted over. So like the suits themselves had a lot more like detail to it, and like you can kind of see it in these pictures of like the next product shots. But
some of the scenes that were cut out.
Yeah, there was some stuff that was cut out, and ultimately it felt like they didn't really tie up Prometheus all too well. Like you had to see the prologue videos that they put out on YouTube to like get the full story. You get to see the little flashback, like you said, of David dropping the dude the bomb on the planet or whatever, and that's like the continuation of one of the prologue scenes that was on YouTube that actually has Elizabeth Shaw from Prometheus in it. It has her going into hypersleep. It has her with like speaking lines rather than just being a fucking disembodied corpse. So I feel like that could have been edited into the movie and it would have made it better as far as like tying in Prometheus. And then the prologue thing, which was like them, like the crew of the ship before they go into hypersleep. Right. And that basically just has like a few more minutes of James Franco's screen time instead of just immediately killing him off within the first 3 minutes.
It would have given you a little more incentive to kind of care about the crew a little bit more, I guess.
Right.
But,
like you said, dude, they were idiots, and that's one of the big tropes of honestly like Alien in general is there's always those fucking idiots, and and the first movie is all based on the idiocy of them breaking protocol. Because you remember Ripley was the one that was like, no, we can't let him in, breaking protocol, and everybody else was stupid enough to be like, no, we got to do it. He's fucking John Hurt. We got to save him.
Right.
So that's fine. I don't really have a problem with that, and people had a problem with that in Prometheus as well. But to me, that's just like that's kind of what drives the plot forward in every Alien movie.
If you like Alien, you should watch Life. Kind of the same premise.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Who?
Life.
Where's that? What network is that on?
Jake Gyllenhaal and Ryan Reynolds and this one chick, and they find like they basically find the Venom symbiote in space, and it becomes a creature and starts killing them one by one on a spaceship.
This is a movie or what is it?
Yeah, it's a movie. It just came out, I think earlier this year, right?
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna check that out. But yeah, let's move along. Let's wrap it up. Let's take one more. Wrap it up.
What else? Oh, did you get the ultimate NECA Jungle Hunter? I know you got the City Hunter, but the Jungle Hunter just came out.
No, I didn't get the Jungle Hunter. Yeah, I didn't get it. I had picked it up actually for Dave and let him use my discount at Forbidden Planet, but I didn't get it for myself.
Yeah, if you get it for yourself, that's like the one fucking Predator you need just to represent that first movie. And then they got the Dutch figures being re-released, so there's your Predator. Just Dutch and Predator
No doubt.
for your displays.
Man, I really wish they could have given us the whole crew from the first Predator movie, man.
Yeah, it's fucking unfortunate. I mean, they're hinting at some stuff, perhaps. In fact, I'm on NECA's Twitter page, so they did just put up a hint not too long ago of what is it? Hang on. I swear to Christ, it's here. SDCC stuff. Here we go. Hawkins, which is Shane Black's character from the first movie.
Okay.
So they're hinting that there's more stuff coming, but I think this one will be coming just because Shane Black is directing the next Predators movie, or what's it called, The Predator. So obviously, working with him directly with that might be able to negotiate getting him as his character from Predators.
I guess if they give us like 2 more characters from that first Predator, you'll be able to mix and match and swap bodies and heads and make those.
And that's why it's worth it to get that Apollo Creed, because that's a pretty easy swap if you know how to Dremel.
Right.
Probably do it. I've seen some people do it with the Dutch stomach, but I'm sure there's a way you can do it with just the Apollo Creed legs, or rather crotch, and then put on Dutch legs with a little dremeling. That's what I did with my Ivan Drago that I mentioned. What else we got? Was the Ghost in the Shell movie any good? I think we talked about that a few weeks ago, right?
I don't know. I saw it. I fell asleep though. It wasn't. I didn't fall asleep because it was like whack or anything though. I was watching it pretty late. I was tired though, so I haven't actually seen the whole thing yet.
Alex wants to know if we're gonna get a Ultimate Alien figure. If you're talking about like the 79 Big Chap Alien, I think there's one coming, and they're gonna be updating the articulation to be more like the current aliens with like the double jointed elbows and knees and stuff as well. Because I know the original, well, not the original, but the second version of the Big Chap only had like single elbows. What else? This is kind of a broad question. Maybe we can touch on it real quick. What's the best and worst Marvel Legends BAF from Hasbro and Toy Biz?
Well, the best Toy Biz BAF is definitely Giant Man. That might be the best BAF that they ever made, period, in my opinion.
I gotta agree with that.
Yeah.
Tyler, what do you think?
I think that's pretty much it, because Sentinel was like too loose.
Yeah. Apocalypse is good too, but
No, he's not.
Yeah, I hate that BAF.
I think the black one is pretty cool.
The way it moves or the way it doesn't move is really the issue with that Apocalypse figure. It didn't have any wrist swivel. It was just awkward. It's the proportions are awkward. The legs are like really skinny.
Yeah, and he's got those giant lats that don't let his arms go all the way down.
Yeah, shit's nuts.
Can't even like display him because he like hop off the shelf. I'm like, how?
Yeah,
definitely.
I guess that's true.
You can't sit him down. You can't do shit with him.
All right. So is he the worst Toy Biz? What's the worst Toy Biz?
Worst Toy Biz though?
Toy Biz.
Yeah, Apocalypse might be the worst Toy Biz, honestly.
Yeah, I think so because I got Mojo. I still have Mojo. And he's like,
Mojo's good because there's not really a lot to fuck up on
I've
him.
got all my BAFs on display, so I'm literally looking at all of them right now. So yeah, Apocalypse might be the worst toy, but he's the one that I have laying down in the case right now. So yeah.
Like Gulliver's Travels, where they got him strapped up, or what?
Was Foom Toy Biz or Hasbro?
Which one?
Foom. Think
That was Hasbro.
All right.
Yeah. Well, what's the best Hasbro so far? Mantis. Just kidding. That was a BAF is the other answer to that question.
Actually, one of the sleeper ones from Hasbro, I think, is the Blob. If it had like just a little more articulation.
Yeah, a little more detailing too, because that skin tone is hard to look at.
Yeah, no question. Juggernaut is good. That's one of the more recent Hasbro ones. That's a real nice one.
By the way, Boog, here's the 30th anniversary Predator coming out soon. These are all the different Dutch variants, and then the 3 Predators. If you get the Ultimate Predator, you don't need to fuck with any of these other Predators.
He was Dutch all day, but where's the rest? How many people on the squad? They had the Native American dude. They had the Black Ball dude. They had Dylan.
I think it was 7 total because I have 4 of them myself. I got Dutch, Dylan, Blaine, and Billy. Then all I need is Hawkins, Pancho, and Mac. So I think it's 7 total.
Which one was the dude that got hit in the chest with the log?
Wasn't that Jesse Ventura?
Nah, that was the like he was probably the least buff out of all of them. It was that dude.
Oh, that might have been Hawkins, which is Shane Black's character. He's the one that's in the chopper. That's like the "geez, you got a big pussy" joke. You know,
Right.
And then Pancho was the one with the glasses. I think I could be mixing those up actually.
Well, yeah, it's the one with the glasses that got hit in the chest, though, wasn't it?
Yeah. So that's either Hawkins or Pancho. I don't remember. And then Bill Duke is Mac.
Right, Bill Duke. Exactly. Okay. Yeah.
Jesse, they're saying
Like,
Jesse.
so many fucking movies, man, especially in the '80s and shit too. But
yeah, dude. But out of all these Dutches right here, I think the one like definitive one you could get is either Jungle Patrol or Jungle Encounter. Just kind of depends if you want a shirt or not.
Bill Duke is iconic from fucking Menace to Society. Really, that's like one of his like most notable roles and shit. And it's such a small role, but just that one line that he delivered, you fucked up, right?
I was talking about Dutch though.
Okay.
Well, actually, if you want to talk about definitive iconic, it's probably Jungle Disguise when he's in the camo. But if you want one when he's got the machine gun, it's got to be either Patrol or Encounter. Moving on.
All right, let's take this last question. We out of here.
Last question. Okay. That's still kind of early, though. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, for you. You over there.
Yeah,
What's
Hang on. I scrolled past a bunch. Oh, we didn't talk about SH Figure Arts Captain Jack Sparrow. Figma Deadpool, too.
Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, I'm good on
I'm
that.
mad they released a new Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, that whole thing need to die.
Yeah, what is up with that?
You know what? I haven't even. I can't. They all are blur to me. I don't even know.
Yeah, they're all the same movie.
I don't even know if I've sat through one full Pirates of the Caribbean movie before. I don't know.
One, you've seen them all. Like, one scene is like, there you go. There's the movies. It's just talking, joking, and ships.
He's got to be tired of that shit by now.
He getting paid off that shit. Like, that's his bread and butter.
He is, though. He is. But yeah, I'm passing on that figure. Figma Deadpool, I pre-ordered the DX one, of course, but hopefully that shit won't be falling apart.
I mean, you're totally right about Jack Sparrow, though, by the way. I mean, it's definitely fucking Johnny Depp's bread and butter. It's like his iconic character at this point, to the point that he's going all the way to fucking Disneyland to actually be in the Pirates ride as Jack Sparrow just to promote this.
There's not many actors who are still living the iconic role.
Right, that's true. I mean, and he's in that ride already as like an animatronic, but he just showed up to Disneyland and was like, "Hey, I'm fucking here in real life."
Like, you don't gotta work no more. You just Captain Sparrow. That's your job now.
I wonder how much they're paying him for that gig. That's crazy.
I mean, yeah, definitely. Figma Deadpool. I mean, that's cool. I think it's coming a little late in the game though.
But I do feel like it's the best looking Deadpool from any of the companies.
Yeah, it still looks good at vanilla pose, which it definitely has the advantage over Revoltech. And then it's got the boxers and all that stuff. Let me pull up a picture real quick.
The joints aren't even visible really, except for the elbows. That's it.
Yeah, it looks pretty solid.
But then again, CJ just released some underwear for Deadpool, so I'm like, why I need to buy that version if just get his? Right.
I mean, our stylistically, it's a little bit nicer to look at than Revoltech. Here, let me try and find just the actual product page. Here we go. There's a DX version as well.
I like that red too. Like it's a nice deep red. It's not bright.
And this is obviously the Marvel Now version.
Yeah.
Which I think is the same look as the Revoltech.
That's great, but Figma always look weird. Like promos look great, and then people get them in hand. It's like, I don't want that.
He looks really weird right there. Actually, I don't know what it is. Something
Yeah, it
looks.
looks like his torso's a little long.
That weird pose and trying to make him look awkward. They tried to make him look weird.
Look at that! Look how big that fucking his side piece is right there too. Like it looks kind
Oh,
of.
that gun, yeah.
I'm under the impression that neither one of these fucking guns are gonna be able to come out of that.
Hey, you ready? All that knife either on the side.
Yeah, other people in the chat are saying he's got a crazy long torso too. So yeah, it's not just me.
All right, I gotta get out of here, man.
All right, well, let's wrap it up. Let's get those plugs out the way.
As always, follow us on Instagram at Articulated Comic Book Art. If you're listening to this for the first time, you're on my actual YouTube channel, so look through my videos, man. Look at some of my reviews, and definitely check out Main Course. And I actually should be finishing up a dessert video this week, 30 minutes for that. I was gonna actually shoot a review for the Anakin. We didn't talk about that. The Anakin SH Figure Arts Anakin, but
yeah.
Darius already shot it, so I'm not even going to waste any time with that. But I should be finally getting that. I don't know what happened, if it's lost in transit or what, but I feel like I should have had it like 3 days ago. But yeah, so look out for that. If you want to follow me on Instagram, actually, all of our Instagrams should be in the description of the video. And thanks for hanging out with us. We was going for quite a while. Hopefully we'll have some consecutive shows. And yeah, that's it. Colonel?
You can follow me. Well, like you said, my link to my Instagram is down in the description. It's at Colonel Crackers, also on Twitter. If you're in Hollywood, I'm playing a sketch show in a couple of weeks. I don't know the exact date yet, but I do like 2 shows a month at Second City. So if you're in the area, just fucking hit me up, and I'll keep you posted whenever I have a show. Ty.
Well, this is Ty Star, Ty Star, or Comic Cutouts on Instagram.
Emiya is jacking off, or he's gone, or what? All right, yeah, he's gone. All right, but yeah, good episode, y'all. Talk to y'all next week. Got it. Peace.
See ya.